Don't worry, I've already skipped past all of the paper moon shit that popped up. And Knickknack's here.
Hello.
Because I have once again broken into your house, and stolen your computer.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
By the way, your capture card audio is feeding right now, so chat, if there's an echo, just let Seki know and she can turn it off.
Yeah. Not that anyone's in chat right now.
True. They'll let us know.
I'm sure they will. But yeah. Are we doing anything before I start playing the game? Or do you want to do it later?
You want to wait for a couple more people?
Yeah, that's fine. Hi, Zerher. Oh my goodness. Ozzy. He's so pretty.
Ozzy.
Yeah. Sorry. Odie.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ozzy hasn't graced your presence yet.
I know. I'm manifesting, Knickknack. I'm manifesting. I'm so upset that he hasn't. I need an Ozzy. But for now, I'll take an Odie. Oh, good. I left myself like a 9 fucking part section. It's not 9, but like... It's like 7. Why are there 7 parts in this section?
I'm sure some of those are no battle.
That does not help. Unless it's Ket's talking, in which case, fine, give me 20. That's fair, Zero Herrera. You should ask Knickknack what he's done for Paper Moon.
That's a good question. Jack shit. Haven't had time.
Okay, it says a saber. We'll take a Ooh, Benny Enma. I love using Benny Enma. She's fucking great. Oh. That's good. Oh, you know what? I need to put card arts on a bunch of stuff. Or craft essences.
You can fuck around craft essences if you want. Right now you're on a bit of the arts team, so if you want to have more of like a customized team, I would move off actually that one as a preset.
I mean, I do just still need craft essences, don't I? Or does it not matter that much?
You don't have the craft essences that are just kind of like passively good, so you want to have craft essences that are like mechanically good. And I don't think you have a grasp on your team and how it plays out very often. You have to really play with that, and I don't know what craft essences you have.
Okay.
My
That's
recommendation
fair.
is if your plan is to just hit it till it dies, I would switch to a separate party, leave that one till you can customize it, or for events you could fill in those craft essence spots.
Yeah. I think what I'm struggling most with right now is I'd really like to up my bond levels on Jufu, Satanta, and Odysseus, but I don't have the 3 of them together in any team. Because I haven't put... Satanta's a quick, so I didn't put him in my arts team, but Odysseus isn't in my normal hitting team.
Well, the easiest solution is if you go to your arts team for a second. You could switch Fion out for Satanta, and Satanta would just kind of chill in your back line.
Okay.
That's what I do if I want to up someone's bond.
I think I'll do that then. Because I'd like to use this
Granted,
team.
that's not a great team for this fight. Because Odysseus is a rider against assassins.
Yeah, okay. In the future, we're going to try to use the Odysseus team a bunch today.
Where you'll probably end up getting the most out of the Odysseus team is like when you're playing events early in the event, you'll be able to pull off that 3 turn every once in a while. And if you can, that just makes farming easier.
Fair, but we will try to use it today just to get some bond levels going on him and Jufu. Just cause. I've leveled him up enough a bit that, like, so long as I don't put him up against a fucking assassin, and it's not like a boss fight, it's probably fine.
Yeah, he'll be able to kill at least most of the waves.
Yeah. Back in Kutha, you certainly got there fast. Although, I suppose Ishtar slowed us down since we had to drag her the whole way. Ugh, if only Quetzalcoatl wasn't around, I could have escaped. Give it up, Ishtar. You promised Seki too, right? If you say you're on their side, you stay on their side until they betray you or fall. Isn't that the dedication, the universal pride of all goddesses? Okay, I give up. I'll tag along on your trip to the underworld. But only Seki, Mash, and I are going in. Quetzalcoatl and Merlin, you stay here. Especially you, Quetzalcoatl. You would be a sitting duck down there. Yuk Akkatan? What are you saying? Divinity works negatively in Kur. The weak stay as they are, but the strong are weakened. Death and its queen Ereshkigal rule supreme there. What do you think happens when a god dies in Kur? I see. They'd go wild, say things like I do not accept death, and then just head right back to the world above. There'd be no life or death anymore. Even gods must remain in the underworld once they die. So that's why there's a system that nullifies their powers. Fascinating. Did you see, Zerhur says, reads a certain phrase and name in Ordeal Call 1. Nani the fuck? Even knowing what it's like in the underworld, Ishtar, you challenged it anyway. You're amazing. No, you... Mash, you're not saying that sarcastically. You're just a goofball. I can't possibly get mad at you. I went down to the underworld because I was arrogant. You were. In the myths surrounding me, I was spoiled, praised, and knew no fear. So, I laughed off the perils of the underworld and challenged it using 7 authorities. I felt nothing was impossible for me after conquering Mount Ebbe, but the result was a miserable defeat, a complete, total loss. I would have loved to have seen that, yes! Worst case scenario, please make sure at least Seki and Mash return. Yes? What?
I'm not sure the best way to put it, but I think our government actually worked today for once. This is a bipartisan thing.
Respectfully, Nani the fuck? Wait, hang on. Wait, actually? Fantastic.
Yeah, like our government worked today.
Yeah.
That was a near, House and Senate almost unanimously passed that, apparently.
I kind of love it, though, because you should see what my Facebook feed has turned into.
It's bad.
Yeah. It's not great. But I feel like the correct reaction to the thought of our government working right now is Nani the fuck.
Yeah.
Because that hasn't happened in, like...
It happens once in a blue...
That's like once a year. So yeah, that's about right. You do realize that's not what worst case scenario means, right? We'll either all return after defeating Ereshkigal, or we fail and everyone is trapped. It's only one or the other. That's why I'm having you two remain here. If it comes down to that, then it's your turn. Figure out a way to strike a deal with Ereshkigal to get her to return Mash and Seki to the living world. Alright, for the good of our mission, I shall remain behind. That said, though, you're a strange one, Ishtar.
Hiya, Frost Shard.
You're walking into battle and you don't think you can win. Do goddesses mature when they become independent from their fathers? Say whatever you want. Anyways, where's Anna? You didn't bring her? No, she hadn't returned to the Chaldean embassy. We didn't have time to wait or look for her, so we left her behind. I see. Well, she'd be useless in the underworld anyways, so I suppose that works out regardless. Then, let's begin. Are you really okay with this, Seki? But down in the underworld, the past is always close behind. All I hear are screams. Let's go to the underworld. Exactly, Frostshard. We're off to see the better goddess. No time to hesitate, huh? Fine, I'll share your enthusiasm. Mash, take care of Seki. Merlin, Quetzalcoatl, stand back. Load the tide convergence rounds in Manna's bow cannons. Output at isosceles of 1/3 the lapis lazuli. What the fuck? I think I had a stroke reading that last sentence. Am I wrong here that makes no sense?
I can explain that.
Please do, because I genuinely think I stroked out reading it.
So which part got you to stroke out?
How is an isosceles an output?
Remember, this is Rin Ishtar. She's powering everything using gems that she's collected.
Yeah, how is that relevant to an isosceles? That's a type of triangle.
Aim.
But
the
what
triangle,
about
the tip is Ishtar. Aim is the range of her attack. Now I get why you have a stroke there.
But why is the measurement of the isosceles 1/3 of the lapis lazuli?
Because that's the gemstones she's using for this attack.
I still think I'm stroking out. Like, I can't...
I know why you're stroking out. Like, this is very stupid, like...
Do you have, like, a diagram? Because I feel like I need a diagram of this. I am genuinely struggling.
I'll be right back.
Because I don't get what's happening. Dad, that's not helping Frostshard. Oh, we have a whiteboard. Great. I only took regular geometry and statistics, people. I didn't go into calculus. Hi, Jack. Hey, buddy. Oh yeah, your favorite thing to do. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Frostshard. There's someone on Etsy who makes a bunch I want to buy. Yes, because they make like archaeological inspired ones. Yeah. Get myself a great pyramid cookie cutter. Make myself great pyramid cookies. It'd be fantastic. Jack.
No.
You good?
Yeah, I just want this to be as accurate as possible.
Okay, then I'm gonna read a little further. Gate of Kur shatter. Let the light of An shine through the skyless key. In other words, I'll blow a giant hole in the ground. Alright, success. This is the underworld, Seki. Ow! Are you alright, Master? I managed to guard you with my shield, I think. Ishtar, why do you have to be so... Ishtar. I can teleport too, but if I teleport into the underworld, it'll be scary afterwards. If my powers are sealed, the instant we arrive, we'll all just fall and die. It's better if we don't have to teleport. You can get to the underworld by digging through the ground, after all. Huh? What did you just say? Good, I got through. You said you were going to the underworld, so I was worried I might not be able to observe you. Guess I was wrong. I mean, you're really just underground. The real deal Age of the Gods is amazing. The underworld is physically linked to the real world. So it's true? It wasn't like some area in another dimension? Of course, in the Age of the Gods, the heavens, the earth, and the underworld are all situated on the same layer of scroll. The afterlife and the world of the skies become metaphysical only after the end of the Age of the Gods. Then, this really is the underworld. Yes, truly a surprise. This underground cavern is unthinkable by our understanding of geology. Oh, Senpai, what are those? Those long, narrow things scattered around. They look like bird cages.
So is this helpful?
Yes.
Now it makes sense?
Yes. That felt necessary. There are lights floating around inside them, too many to count. It's best you don't go near them. Those lights are the souls of the dead, of humans who have died on the surface. Remember, Frostshard, geology isn't a real science! I'm kidding. Could those cages be? Yep, Ereshkigal's soul cages. Souls trapped in there can never return to the world of the living. Okay, I realize that this is like a very serious sort of like underworld with the souls of people who died, but they're cages with blue lights inside of them, and all I can think of is the little blue star from the Super Mario movie. We're all gonna die. Life is pointless.
One day we will fade away with the sweet release of death.
Yeah. Someday we'll just cease to exist and end our time on this mortal coil. When the physical body dies, the soul starts to fade, then disappears. But Ereshkigal doesn't let that happen. She cages up the souls of humans she likes and keeps them by her side to enjoy for tens of thousands of years. Bare souls like that, humans without a body, feel cold, very cold. So they start to freeze, beginning with their limbs, until they eventually become living ice. One would rather fade away than feel that pain, but these trapped souls can't even do that. They have no freedom. Until Ereshkigal bores of them, they have to stay there like that, writhing in torment. Then, the souls that withered to death on Earth are here too? Most likely. There are more soul cages here than before, probably thanks to the work of the Three Goddess Alliance. I wonder if she's trying to make a kingdom of the dead. She was never cruel like this in the past. Where is Ereshkigal? Over there. On the other side of the narrow cliff path, Ereshkigal's palace is beyond the 7 gates. She can't step 1 foot outside of that place. So she's trapped inside too? Ereshkigal, a goddess? Who knows? They say it's what the gods decided, but it's none of my business. Anyway, this is where Seki and Mash come in. We'll start by going through the first gate over there. Doing so will help you understand the rules of the underworld. So she says, Senpai. Well, to start, we should get closer to it. I don't think I've seen that video, Frost Shard. I will say though, I do in fact like rocks. Rocks are great. Rocks are fantastic. Answer me. Answer me. You who live, you who have fallen into the underworld, tell me how your soul should be. Seki, you'll get a binary sort of question. The underworld gates are fair and logical, and their job is to test whether a soul is good or evil. Good and evil are equal in value. Only the values of that human, the chooser, change, so there's no right answer. No matter which you choose, we will have to deal with an annoying trial. Just pick whichever answer seems easier. Now, sinful Seki, answer me. Huh? She got called by name? Standards of beauty seem diverse, but are absolute. Black wins over white, the earth wins over heavens. Then, Ereshkigal or Ishtar, which one is more beautiful? Hold on a sec, that's different from before. Alright, a question with not a scrap of logic. Which is it, Seki?
Did you pick the right answer?
Ereshkigal. Betrayed at the very first gate? Oh, I get it. That's not it. This is a battle of wits. Isn't that right? As long as you compliment Ereshkigal, the enemy will weaken. That's what this means, right? Whatever you need to believe to make yourself feel seen, Ishtar. Awkward, but very well. I think one of my favorite videos online, like, of all time that relates to, like, a job per se, and this is a bit of a deep take, Frost Shard, but it's the one of the dude in the Plague Doctor outfit, and he's like, "Good day, my name's Bob the Necromancer, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing," and then he digs into a grave.
By the way, here's a fun fact for this entire section, basically until you finish up this little arc.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you select one of those answers, Ishtar is going to slightly shrink. And there is a minimum size that will appear if you use her NPC version that they offer you in every fight during the final fight.
Oh my god. Jesus. Jesus. Look, Frost Shard, it's got nothing to do with the size of Ishtar or the easier fights. Ereshkigal is just objectively the correct answer. Let's all remember that. You know? So what the fuck? Jesus. Always Zero Herrera. Always.
Oh no, Ku's dead.
Oh no. Another coup.
You killed Ku.
Whatever will I do? I know. I'll summon my boy.
Ku.
Yep.
By the way, these choices that these Ishtar versus Reshgal choices do matter.
Uh-huh.
No, am I worried? No.
No, you know I'll pick the right answer.
I trust that you know the correct answer.
Yeah, it's always a Reshkagal. Lancer Gashinda. What the fuck were we watching the other day that dropped fucking people die when they are killed?
Did something drop when people die when they were killed yet?
Yeah, I swear to
I haven't
God.
watched the anime with you in a hot minute.
Oh, maybe. I swear to God, I was watching something recently. Dropped a god. Oh, you know what else I was watching? I was watching a Hermitcraft episode this morning. Full Ace Attorney. They went full Ace Attorney. One hermit sued another. They built a courthouse. The judge reigned over it. They yelled objection. They had 5 chance target boxes above them.
See, now that you've played one of the games, you're catching those references now.
I am, and I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, Frostshard, I genuinely can't even remember what I was watching anymore, but I know I was watching something, and it popped that up. Enemy forces have been defeated. Looks like we can move on, Senpai. Wow, what a deep and insightful question that was. It sounded like pure evil to me. I hope it's not going to be like this the whole time. Yeah, keep huffing that copium. Well, maybe it was just a one-off thing. Ishtar and Ereshkigal are the goddesses of the heavens and the earth. That makes them good benchmarks for comparison. I hope so. Now then, we just need to pass through the gate itself. Yes, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of trap either. See, I went through it and nothing's happened to Ishtar. I needed to just drop a lightning bolt on Ishtar as she walks through it. Seems so. That's a relief. Thanks, Mash. Alright, let's get moving. It would have been so funny if it had just dropped. You know. You know, Frostshard, but you're not taking the time to stream every part of it and read all the parts out audibly. So really, who's losing here? Ishtar, what happened? Is something wrong? Ow, something shocked me. I called it! But I'm fine. I just got the chills when I passed through the gate. I called it. I don't see anything. Hey, do you feel something weird? Right? I've obviously shrunk, haven't I? If that's what you want to believe. Indeed, you have. Do you finally see what a fool you are, Ishtar? Your last descent into the underworld ended in failure. So long as that myth exists, you cannot escape the curse of the underworld. The crown symbolizing the wilderness, the reed measuring rod, the lapis lazuli choker, the bead necklace, the golden armlet, the gorgeous brooch, and last, the garment of ladyship. I once robbed you of these 7 treasures. The rule remains unchanged even now. If you don't have an authority that corresponds to them, you yourself will have to pay the price. Don't you see, you will become smaller every time you pass through a gate. You will be robbed of your divinity 1/7 at a time. By the 2nd gate, you will be a low-ranked divine spirit. By the 4th gate, you will be even weaker than a Galu. And by the end, you'll be a powerless bug, a sad little butterfly that'll be crushed within my hands. How nasty. You've gotten even worse than before, Ereshkigal. That is not true. I've given you some mercy, at least. Normally, you and that human would have been dropped into the pits of the underworld the moment you brought the living here. However, if you take on the trials of the 7 gates, your fate will be decided by the laws of the underworld. Seki, if you've come to defeat me, overcome those trials. If you safely pass through those 7 gates, then I, the ruler of the underworld, shall welcome you here as visitors. We're in trouble now. Ishtar cannot go on like this. No, I'm moving forward. I expected something like this. Well, you know, not to confirm something before it happens, Froshard, but there's actually a 50-50 chance that this Saturday I'll be running like a 6 or 7 hour FGO stream just to finish Babylonia. Yeah. So, you know, keep an eye out. I'll announce it if I do. That was when we discussed doing it, right?
Yes, I need to check with my parents on something, but yes.
Yeah. No, moving forward, I expected something like this. I told you I wouldn't be much use fighting in the underworld, remember? This doesn't really change anything. You, me, and Gilgamesh too. The moment we reached the underworld, there was nowhere to run. Before we get used to the cold of the underworld, we need to defeat Ereshkigal and escape. Otherwise, Uruk will perish. Which means we have no choice, so prepare yourself, Seki. You're right, Ereshkigal is also one of the 3 Goddess Alliance. We're going to have to fight her anyway. Defeating her here would be for the best, really. Move forward, Seki. It looks like we don't have much time. The underworld is part of the present world, but just being here drains your vitality and the strength of your destiny. The strength of your destiny is, let's see, think of it as the intrinsic luck necessary to facilitate the continuation of life. No matter the life form, we are constantly using this type of luck to avoid mortal danger. Really? Because I've never had luck help me out of mortal danger. It's always taken me into it. My luck has been uniquely bad. If this significantly drops in person, they will get into a nasty accident, like getting hit by a car while on a walk. The underworld's filled with death, so there's no need for it. It's a world that doesn't need any luck. Or like taking 4 steps from the bathroom to the kitchen table and twisting your ankle so bad that it is still swollen to double its size 3 weeks later.
I thought you lost a fight to a bear. Were you lying?
Apparently.
Fucker.
Or like running into a Siberian brown bear in the middle of California in summer. That's the other option. Because my ankle is still fucked.
I have a lot of questions if you're running into a Siberian brown bear in the middle of California.
That's right. That's why if you stay here too long, you won't live long, even if you get back to the surface. Now do you understand how this place works? Then let's hurry up and get the 2nd gate already. Answer me. Answer me. Although money and riches continue to flow, only one is worthy to own all. Only one can manage the wealth of the world. In other words, which goddess is worthy of this wealth? Ereshkigal or Ishtar? Alright, we're lucky it's another easy question. You don't even have to think, Seki. No, you're right, I don't. Right, let's give the job to Ereshkigal on purpose and let her go bankrupt, right? We're gonna make her show how terrible she is at it to demonstrate the difference between us. That's the plan, right? Whatever you need to tell yourself. Safe. You may pass. But also, like, I don't know. I feel like because this is how it is, at least in Greek mythology, right? But Hades reigns over the underworld, but that does actually include all things below the earth, because the Greeks also believed that the underworld was like under the earth, right? It wasn't some separate plane of like existence. So in theory, like Hades is arguably the richest of all the Greek gods because he reigns over everything under Earth's surface, including veins of ore and mines and all that sort of stuff. So arguably, you know, following the same logic, Ereshkigal, rich.
By the way, while we're not in a story section, guys, this weekend is actually Seki's birthday.
It is, yeah.
So I've got her gifts here.
Oh boy.
I'll give you this one first.
Oh, what's this? Is this a Jack in the Box?
No.
Oh, it's One Piece. Wait. Oh, nice. It's a little One Piece. I love it.
And the other one here.
Oh God. Is that the model of the Going Merry?
Yes.
Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's 3-dimensional. I get to build the Going Merry. Oh my God. I am gonna have so much fun. building the fucking Going Merry. Oh my god! I'm gonna have to find shelf space for this. Who cares? I'll find shelf space for
You'll
this.
make something work.
Exactly. Oh my, wait, and it comes with a bunch of the character models too, doesn't it?
Yep. You might have to paint the characters though.
That's fine. I can figure that out. That's unimportant. Wow, I know what I'm gonna be doing once I'm back home. My god. Alright, let's see. These guys are bigger. I don't like that. If Eresh is the richest, it's because Dumazid is shitting out holy grails. Is that true? I feel like I believe that. I believe that. Aw, Jack Jack! Fuzzy. Wouldn't know Harry Baby. Remember? Harry Baby! Harry Baby! I love Big Hero 6. I need to watch Big Hero 6 again soon. I feel like it's been so long since I watched it, but I was recently kind of brought back into it, like very inspired by it, and I'm like, honestly, I just need to watch it again. You know? Hey, look, that time I didn't almost kill Ku in the first round. Will wonders never cease? I'm so curious, Zero Herrera. God. By the way, did you show what you got for your birthday?
Kind of technically. They could see the corner of it when I posted the picture of the diagram on the Discord server.
Okay.
Seki got me 2 Star Wars books.
Yeah.
An art book for Star Wars Visions. Put it behind Seki here. And the other one is a production book, like a production little textbook kind of thing, on episodes 1 through 3.
Because Visions, well, Visions is the one that's getting a full anime for one of the episodes, right? And it was the one you liked, I think.
Oh, I love Visions.
Yeah.
It's just a series of one-shots.
Yeah.
Really appeals
It's in the
to
hat.
Star Wars I grew up in.
Yeah. It's also it's been in the hat for a while, so like at some point hopefully it'll come out, you know, and we'll actually get to see it, you know.
I'm gonna be quite honest. If that series that they end up making out of it ends up being any good, I might push us through the original Visions and the series eventually.
Oh, fair. Very fair.
Just to get us there. Actually, I have to push through more Visions because I'll have to see how they do it.
Oh, is there a second season coming?
Visions has 2 seasons and a 3rd season coming. The 3rd season, in theory, has a 2nd episode to a few of them, which I think includes the Ninth Jedi, which is the one that's getting the full anime series.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, or if those will be included as a separate little first 2 episodes of the actual series.
Well, I was gonna say, because it's almost like an OVA, because there's only ever like each storyline's like, because every episode's a different storyline, right?
Yeah.
I'd almost make the argument that if you end up liking the anime series, that would be one where you could just put in the episodes pertaining to it from the original Visions, and then the series as like OVA editions.
I do want us to watch the original Visions still, like just regardless, because I think that season is just so fun.
Fair. Because from what I understand, it's kind of like the Marvel What If or whatever, where everything is a different...
Kind of, but it's even
Marvel...
less constrained. Where Marvel What If is still like, they still have to vaguely resemble the MCU. This is like, no, this doesn't have to be canon. You don't have to do anything at all that Star Wars, that looks or feels Star Wars. Just what is Star Wars to you? There's one that's basically Astro Boy, but Star Wars.
Well, see, that sounds great. All right. At some point, I'll have to play a Shin Megami Tensei game.
I could show you. Those might be a little rough for you, though.
Well, but
They're
I mean,
really hard.
I've played Ace Attorney. I've played Dark Souls. I feel like Shin Megami Tensei is like the next thing that like you and Realm are into that like I know of, but I've never played.
I'm gonna be honest here. I'd much rather put you through Persona 5 first.
But it's all part of the same series, so.
Kinda. The Persona games are significantly more beginner friendly than the Shin Megami Tensei games. Shin Megami Tensei are probably amongst the hardest of like the turn-based RPGs.
I do prefer a turn-based RPG.
But they're all turn-based RPGs, like both
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. So.
I got cursed again. I guess it's useless even if I block it with magical energy at max power. At this rate, not only will I be unable to fight, but Ereshkigal will crush me like a bug. Don't worry, Ishtar, you weren't being helpful anyways. Are you sure? It doesn't look like your bow's destructive power has declined at all. You may be shrinking, but you're still helping in our battles. Really? Sorry, I've about reached my limit though. Soon I'm going to run out of energy, so I'll leave the fighting to you two. This isn't good. We're only at the second gate. How far can we go without Ishtar? Very far. Mash and I will take care of it. Yes, of course. I shall do my best so I don't let you down, Senpai. Ishtar is becoming my new Artoria. I swear to fucking God. And it's just because she's utterly useless.
I mean, but it's funny to hate on Ishtar.
The Ishtar Ereshkigal car is back at the shopping center that we go to. My friend says that she's seen it like 4 times in the last 2 months. So we think it might be someone working there. What you guys don't understand, it's this fully wrapped car, Ishtar on one side, Ereshkigal on the other, both of them on the hood, like full wrap of just FGO, Ishtar, and Ereshkigal.
Someone likes their Rin faces.
Yeah. The third gate's ahead. The enemies of the trial are definitely growing stronger. I hope we can get through this one as well.
The SMT games aren't grindy. They can be grindy if you don't know what you're doing. They're kind of like puzzle games, though, where you're trying to find the correct combination of things to clear a gate, basically, of which are the fights.
Choosing answers that favor Ereshkigal is clearly making the battles easier, but no, I don't care. No matter how tough it is, there are some things that a woman just can't give up, Mash. Oh, you're a woman? Could have fooled me. Oh my, why are we the ones making Ishtar catch strays? Normally it's the other characters. But we're just out here bashing. Looking at these other goddesses, I know I'm better than all of them, but I just can't lose to this one woman. It's a battle with a hopelessly irritating rival. Literally the worst, eh? Didn't know you had that much spirit in you. You've certainly got a big mouth, you little brat. Wait, are you literally turning into a little brat? Now that's amusing. You must be worried descending through the underworld like this. Seki, little brat, you're finally at a loss. There's someone behind those rocks. Master, allow me to attack. Wait, that laugh could only be... Good work coming to retrieve me. You must be scared of the chilling cold of the underworld, you fools. Do you need someone experienced like me to guide you through here? You're King Gilgamesh. What are you doing here? We thought Ereshkigal captured you. The underworld is like my backyard. I know how things work down here. I've been here numerous times. I did accidentally die, but before the Galu spirits came, I hid in the shadows. There, I held my breath and meditated, and then presence, concealment, EX. After I got away from them, I was sitting here contemplating what to do when you lot came. That's all. You're the same as usual, Your Majesty. You too, Seki. Knowing how reckless you are, I knew you would come down to the underworld. It was a good thing he wasn't captured by Ereshkigal, but it ticks me off to see this guy so perky down here. If you had been cursed like me, that would have at least been interesting. Fool. The curse of the underworld is only for the living. I'm dead, so I needn't worry about any of that. However, that also means that I am subject to Ereshkigal's laws as well. Even if I wanted to return to Uruk, I wouldn't be able to leave the underworld without her permission. And I don't think she'd let me leave this world so easily either. So you know what to do, right, Seki? I, the king, command you to pass through the gates of the underworld and punish that wretched Ereshkigal for me. Well, yeah. That's why we came here in the first place. The order of things flip-flopped, but you're going to help us defeat Ereshkigal too, right, Gilgamesh? Leave it to me. I will show you the difference between that itty-bitty brat there and me, the king. By the way, why did you shrink? Have you finally decided that your insignificance should be reflected in your appearance? I've been telling you. It's Ereshkigal's curse. Ah, jeez, I knew I shouldn't have come to save you. This fool, haha. You come to save me. Am I dreaming? Did I somehow die again while I was down here and start hallucinating? Yeah, if that was the case, we could have just left you here. Why don't you just drown in your own stupidity, Goldie? You're quite the swimmer, aren't you? You were so absorbed in swimming those serpents stole your precious herb of immortality. Ugh, what a foul way of pointing out my traumatic past. So this really isn't a hallucination. This is the real Ishtar. But that doesn't make sense. If this isn't a dream, what is this slightly less irritating Ishtar doing here? Are you saying something came over you, or are you trying to be sweet to win over Seki? Stop. Just stop talking, Goldie. I don't know what you're talking about, trying to win Seki over. Please, you two. Let's leave the Uruk opera behind and head to the third gate. See? Over there. Answer me. Answer my question, please. How sad. It's been shouting all this time, but after being completely ignored, it lost its confidence. Oh yes, that's right. You have my permission to speak, third gate. What do you ask? Who is more worthy of your trust and respect? Who is more worthy of victory? Who is a more suitable ally? That'll be Gilgamesh. Just saying. One of these people I've used in battles before. And it's not her.
Well, hi, Kama. You're particularly relevant right now.
Indian Lost Belt?
No.
Or just
she has a
featured
huge part
in...
Paper Moon.
Oh, okay. Fair. I really want donuts. I thought about it and it was a mistake to think about it. I should have just kept my inner thoughts inside. You know? God damn it.
I'll see what I can maybe work out.
If nothing else, I was probably just going to order them after stream. Because I forget, you don't really have any good late night donut places around here.
Well, we have a lot of like really good morning donut places here.
Yeah, but late night not so much. Which is unfortunate. I feel like late night donuts are criminally underrated. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need donuts at 4 a.m. in the morning. I need donuts at like 12 p.m. at night. So many assassins. So many assassins. That's fair. I would not mind rolling on a banner full of Indian servants. Feels like it would be fun, but, you know. I know, I mentioned it to Nick Nack earlier, and I was like, I want to roll on some banners so badly right now, but I physically can't because I'm waiting for Ozzy. I can't. I must wait for Ozzy. And I know that he could spook me on any normal banner, but still. With my luck, rate up's the only way I'd get him. But it'd be cool to have a whole team full of Indian servants, like Rama, Sita, Kama, Karna, Arjuna. Sita's not.
You know you're not coy that you want to roll on the current Duryodhana banner, right? Duryodhana and Bhima. Like, as in, there's some banners on rolling right now. You know those are the only two banners, right? That's the only banner right now, right?
I thought there were more.
No, that's the only banner right now.
Because there was a banner, oh, you know what, there was the update. I was looking at yesterday's banners too, because there was still one up yesterday when I logged in. Which,
No,
by
no,
the way,
it's that one in the story there.
Which, by the way,
Right.
my game glitched so badly for 2 days. It opened exclusively in upright vertical format, zoomed in on the center of the screen.
I've had that happen a couple of once or twice. Where I have a screenshot. It's cool.
I hate it. It's awful.
Just close the game and reopen it at that point.
It's awful. I did multiple times, and it did not fix itself.
Look, it's like, you don't have to hide the fact that you're a nerd and have read the actual Mahabharata, okay?
You should read it. It's good.
It's long.
So? Long should not stop you from reading it. Long is not something to stop you from reading the Mahabharata.
That's what I said about reading Fate Stay Night. That was a mistake.
Yeah, how long did that take you?
About half a year.
Could not be me.
In fairness, there were some pretty big gaps where I got distracted.
Yeah, actually, you know what? It could be me. It did take me like almost a full year to read Ace Attorney. Granted, I read double what I was supposed to read, but it did still take me almost an entire year.
Like, fun fact, in the time it took me to read the Fate route, I started in, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna casually play through Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. I ended up beating the game before finishing the Fate route.
Fair. Okay. Oh. Oh. Fun. Oh, what the fuck? Guess the only solution.
I need to be doing while you're doing this. I need to be working on a second React script.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Look, it's not my fault, Frostshard, that visual novels are not my preferred form of consumption of written material. That was laughable. The ruler of the mountainous land of Arata is no match for Uruk. Try and come at me again. Huh? Gilgamesh is in a really good mood. I never thought I'd see him smile like that. You're in a good mood, Your Majesty. Yes, it's been a while since I've fought. I forgot my royalty and got a bit carried away, I suppose. And shrunken again. Father would be so sad if he saw me like this. I don't know, he might be happy that you'll make less trouble for him now that you're smaller. Hey Seki, Dr. Roman, do you have something to remember this moment, like that clicking thing? You should weep for me. What the hell are you doing, fool? That was some force. If Mash hadn't covered me, I would have fallen into the abyss. That was like a huge cat came at him with all the force of a freight train. That'd push you over. Is there something lower than the underworld? I mean, yeah, Frostshard, I did actually read a bunch of doujins a while back. Knick-Knack is physically in pain.
Yeah, it's definitely psychic damage.
Ah, the abyss, yes. In Mesopotamia, there are the heavens and the earth, the underworld under the earth, and beneath that, the abyss. The abyss is a sea of nothingness. The gods Abzu and Tiamat came from that dark sea and created Mesopotamia. You could call it the primordial sea that existed before life itself. Now that Enki, the god who managed the abyss, has disappeared, there would be no returning if he fell into it. That's where King Gilgamesh sought the mystic herb of immortality, right? Now that you mention it, I heard that Enkidu also had some dealings here in the underworld, didn't they? If I remember correctly, King Gilgamesh ordered Enkidu to go to the underworld, and Enkidu told him all about it when they returned. That smile says the king is trying to ignore something he doesn't want to remember. You're pretty knowledgeable, Mash, but the truth is actually much worse than that. Goldie over there was really into his new invention, a musical instrument, and had a party for 3 days and 3 nights. Ereshkigal was fed up with all the noise, so she opened the gate of the underworld, just a little. The king was pretty drunk, so he accidentally dropped his instrument into the hole. He was furious. You should have seen the tantrum he threw. Enkidu just couldn't watch the king rage, so they went down to the underworld alone. And so Enkidu went and took a look at the underworld, showed their gratitude to Ereshkigal, and returned to the surface. Ugh, this all happened because you kept asking for help. Something like, there's a snake in the hulupu tree. Help me. Wah. If I hadn't cut down that tree, I would have never made the instrument. Hold on a sec. Showed gratitude to Ereshkigal. So Enkidu has some relationship with Ereshkigal? It is mom's soup at the bottom, Frostshard. Because it's Tiamat and the primordial sea.
Oh my god.
You sound so disappointed. Is sea soup. It's salty, it's full of meat and veggies. Zero Herrera, do I know the person with the silly floppy witch hat? I'm so curious. Yes, Enkidu hated Ishtar, but was respectful to Ereshkigal. Ereshkigal was the one who took in Enkidu's remains. We couldn't leave the remains of a weapon of the gods on the surface. The thought was that they could rest in peace if they were entombed in the underworld, but I knew there was some time before you lot appeared, so I visited Enkidu's grave. However, the remains had disappeared. Who is it, Zero Herrera? Ah, so the young man that called himself Kingu is really Enkidu. I rebooted Enkidu, is that it? But Enkidu's soul was destroyed by the gods. I can understand if it was a servant, but Enkidu couldn't have been revived as a living being in this era. Is it Castoria?
Oh, I know who it is.
Who is it?
Ash.
Oh, I always forget that Ash exists.
It's because she's mostly a character for the story, so if you haven't read the story...
Yeah. I can understand if it was a servant, but Enkidu couldn't have been revived as a living being in this era. It's just as you say, Ishtar. That Enkidu isn't Enkidu. Even though Enkidu was buried, there were things that still resided in the body. That is now what we see. Buried, but something left in the body. Is that possible? But if that's the case... He calls himself Kingu, right? Then just think of him as that. Anyway, we can see the 4th gate now. Let's have fun with the next question we get. Answer me. Answer me. There is no reward in faith. Prayers are merely offerings. People do not hope for blessing from the gods. They simply offer their prayers and labors. They are slaves for life. In which case, answer. The fastidious goddess that has the right to accept such precious labor would be Ereshkigal. If you're gonna pray to something, pray to death. Because 2 things in the world are certain. Death and taxes. Hope, best of luck to you. What?
Nothing. I do have one addendum to that, but it's probably not something to say on stream. A little bit conspiracy theory-ish.
About? Oh, I'm so curious now. So curious.
So, there are only a few certainties in life.
Yeah, no. That's a thought you keep off stream. I suppose you could share it with the Discord.
I don't think I will.
That is your prerogative.
I'd like to not find out that someone in our Discord...
Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's fair. You know the best part about this? Is I know exactly where it's going on my shelf already. Because I have something very similar for Howl's Moving Castle.
Nice.
That was a gift a couple years ago.
I wonder if they got it from the same place.
It's designed slightly differently. That one, you wind it on the bottom and then open it and let it go. Yeah. Okay.
Because I think they had a Totoro one where I got that as well. worry about telling you. I just don't want to say it on stream.
About?
Where I got that.
Oh, was it Etsy?
No, it was an actual physical store.
Oh, okay. I got.
You've been there.
Yeah.
Been there.
Okay. I think the one that I got before was off Etsy. Yeah. Because for a while, I did like a lot of gift buying off Etsy for a while, but I haven't really been using it recently because of the issues it's had. Like, I've used it a few times, but not as much, you know? Mainly for people I know who use Etsy as like their main shop front. Like your little charm from I think it was either your Christmas or your birthday last year. The
Like,
summoning charm.
wasn't it?
It might have been, yeah.
It wasn't last year.
It was a while ago. But I mean, once again, really cool thing, you know? I want to get one of those for myself. But the problem is there's an ever-increasing amount of little servant chibis I want. You know what I mean? Like, it went from, like, all the coups to, like, all the coups, plus all the Karnas, plus all the Arjunas, plus all of the other stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. What time were you hoping to do if we were to do an FGO stream Saturday, what time were you hoping for?
That's the part I don't know yet. Probably not too early in the morning, though, like, afternoon. Well, but I don't know what time I'm getting home yet on Friday or Saturday, because I might be getting home Saturday in the morning. So I have to double check my exact.
I've got something going on at 6 down here.
Yeah, I'll have to double check my exact schedule, but I'm not sure yet.
I might not be available for the full thing.
That's fine. Oh my goodness. Oh, question. Do you have my pan free?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't washed it yet, so if you want to wash it, like Thursday.
That's fine. I can take it back unwashed because I'll just run it through the dishwasher.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to make focaccia for myself this week, and I don't have a pan that big outside of that one. Koyan and Domon are a surprisingly good looping combo for being able to relatively easily drop NPs.
Domon is a better pairing, actually.
Yeah. Who is it?
Scott E, if you're trying to loop with Domon himself. Because Domon's NP's quick NP, and he has such a high battery, you don't have to worry as much about regaining charge.
He does have a really high battery, yeah.
It's not perfect, but it works.
Yeah. Oh yay, a bond up. Now that I care more about the bond levels.
What was it you care about the bond levels for?
I think I just wanted to get a bunch of my bond levels up because it was something I didn't really care about before, but doesn't it help with something when you're like...
There's a couple things Bond does. Every servant has a Bond CE at Bond 10. It's
Yeah.
hard to get, and usually it's not worth... There are very few with good Bond CEs that are worth using.
Yeah.
Other than having that for bragging rights.
Yeah.
Once you go past Bond 10, every time you hit a Bond level, which can take a long ass time depending on how you go about it, you get 30 free quartz.
Yeah.
And Bond levels give you extra servant coins, so for something like Satanta where you're trying to like max out
That was it. Yeah, it was the servant coins.
Or
Yeah.
for something like, say, Zufu, where I don't think you care as much about maxing out everything.
So long as Zufu is my easiest way to use Odysseus,
Right now, yeah.
like as a practical team, then I am dedicated to getting Zufu.
But Zufu, you just need the basic 3 skills that you don't need the coins for.
True.
You
And
could use the coins for other stuff, but you also get them pretty casually just rolling because she's a 3-star non-limited, so every time you roll and you get a copy of her, you're just going to get more coins, unlike someone like, say, Satanta or Calder.
Yeah. True.
Or Odysseus.
True. But also my I think my Zufu is now 10-10-10 across the board.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I 10-10-10'd her. Juge!
Juge is another one you want to pull at some point.
Yes, he is! He's coming later this year in a raid up.
I hope you get him. Would make that Odysseus team a lot more reliable.
I really hope I get him too.
Every single one of his skills are NP batteries.
Oh, sorry, but I think that's enough. When did this turn into the whose goddess is it anyway? This is serious. Doctor, is there a problem with that? As Ishtar said, they're all very important questions. This is really teaching me a lot. What did you say? No, Mash is becoming a bad girl. Ishtar's lifestyle is a bad influence on her. What's that supposed to mean? Ereshkigal is the one asking weird questions. It's not my fault. I'm not sure about that. Ereshkigal's problems are your problems. If the roles were reversed, I think you would have prepared the same questions. That's not true. I would have been much more clever and circumspect about asking stuff like this. Sue, you wouldn't really ask anything different. That's Ishtar for you. Ishtar is the problem. Ah, the gate shocked me again. I think I'm getting used to this, which is kind of scary. Fantastic. It was funny to start, but now it's becoming a problem. We can't keep losing strength, even if it's Ishtar's. If things keep going like this, fighting Ereshkigal will be difficult. Just what level of divinity is Ereshkigal? Is she the same rank as you, Ishtar? No, she's not quite on Ishtar's level. She's an old goddess like Ishtar, but in terms of raw power, she's not as impressive. Ishtar was a daughter of the heavens, so she got everything she wanted. The gods spoiled her and tended to her every beck and call. Also, Ishtar got Enki, the god of the abyss, drunk and robbed him blind. That was pretty bad. It was the greatest heist in the history of the gods. It was also pretty funny, even to the other gods. Enki got completely smashed and gave all of his divinity to Ishtar. When he woke up, he had nothing left. Ishtar had already loaded all his wealth into manna and was on her way back to the surface. Enki went into a panic and had his slaves chase after her, but the boat of heaven was far too fast. Enki was in tears. He wrung his hands and screamed, warning that the stupid bratty girl was going to run the heavens and the earth, and begged for help. The gods and humans that were watching screamed out. Take a look at that driving technique. Who would have thought the boat of heaven could be used for drift racing? No one can catch up to that. Surely her driving mastery will go down in legend as the drunk and the divine underworld drift. No one in Uruk could ever be faster. The Fast and the Furious. Tokyo Drift.
Trying with a pun. I don't think I can.
I hate to admit it, but even I thought so too. Ishtar had been hiding her true colors up until then. Oh, whatever do you mean? The boat of heaven's automatic transmission was broken that day, so I just switched to manual gear. And I always carried nitro in my boat, just in case I needed it. Always. What do you think, Seki? This is the patron deity of Uruk. Now do you understand how I feel? I'm starting to think that curse is a divine punishment. In the end, the boat of heaven had engine trouble and stalled just before the harbor in Uruk. Tragedy was averted in the nick of time. As you can see, this is the story of Ishtar, a goddess who coveted everything she saw. On the other hand, Ereshkigal did not desire anything. When the underworld was created, she was sent to become its ruler and foundation. Someone had to maintain the underworld, and Ereshkigal was unlucky enough to have that responsibility thrust onto her. Ereshkigal had only just been born when she was cast into the underworld and became the mistress of the depths of the earth. She managed the spirits of the dead for tens of thousands of years without being able to spend a moment on the surface or in the heavens. That's so sad. I wouldn't have thought to feel bad for her before, but I do now. It's not just that she couldn't leave. The worst part is that she couldn't see new worlds or meet new people. In exchange, Ereshkigal became invincible in the underworld. Even the gods cannot go against her laws in the underworld. Just ask that tiny, 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 tiny girl over there. But outside the underworld, her special privilege disappears. She's about mid-level in terms of divinity, I'd say. Also, if she's up against someone who's alive, then she has to kill them first, or the laws of the underworld won't go into effect. So the only ones that aren't affected by Ereshkigal's laws are Seki and Mash. I see. So that's why you were waiting for Seki. Someone who's alive and can put up a fight, basically. My only concern was that Seki might get killed by the Galu spirits the moment she entered the underworld. But it seems that Ishtar prevented that. She dropped to the underworld with you and protected you when you were most vulnerable. Did you get a bit less dumb? Maybe your negative qualities like debauchery and stinginess canceled each other out and made a positive? who you callin' debauched? As if. You don't know me, Goldie, so stop talking. It does feel like a worse fate than even Hades. And I'm not stingy, I'm financially responsible. I have a reason for collecting jewels. Don't believe everything Goldie says, Seki. I don't know. Answer me. Answer me. Existence is the practice of curtailing waste. Living is the practice of cultivating waste. It is the duty of the wise to eat finely, to scheme, and to find happiness. However, listen. Unlimited intake of nourishment invites excess flab. If you were to live your life, that would be... Ereshkigal is good for the liver. Yes, home cooking is good for the liver. That's the secret to longevity and better sleep. White rice and barley rice should be a 1:6 ratio. There's no problem with eating meat, but chicken tenders are recommended daily. Plus, there are certain vegetables that have a bunch of antioxidants which prevent aging. Make sure you eat a balanced meal. Really? I'm gonna eat so many red peppers now. Good. Truly god tier. These questions are so stupid. They're so dumb. They're so dumb.
Look, you're doing great. You definitely won't flip the final question. I actually don't remember the final question. If you're not, this isn't bait.
You're making me think over here. I don't like that.
Actually, you might flip the final.
Oh, why? Do I have to pick Ishtar?
See, now I'm in your head.
Oh, it's one of these fights. I hate these. Oh, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. One of those stupid ones where they just replace the fucking enemy as you're fighting. I hate these. Because it's so hard to, like, actually hit all of them, you know?
I mean, one in Sky and you probably killed them.
Probably, but I didn't want to drop Quan's NP on this shit. It's not as if I've really had an issue thus far.
Just wait until they start with 6 enemies on screen at once.
I've seen that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I also do not like that.
They're easy, though. You know why?
Because you can hit all 6 of them at once rather
Not
than 3 at a
just hit all
time.
6 at once. Arguably, it's easier in 3. There's a reason.
Why?
The way NP recharging works on arts and quick, that's more enemies to hit to recharge your gauge. So like your Odysseus, even with like suboptimal strategies, probably could be pretty good.
I can't wait till my new Iskandar and Juge Nendroids come. It's gonna be so cute. Which, on that note, I do need to empty my pile of loot soon. Yeah, well, there's a Ashia Nendroid in there. That's lame. Okay. Ugh. I really would kill for them to put a fucking autoplay option in here. Like, genuinely. You know what I mean? I'm sure you get it.
Kind of have to. I've heard some good arguments the other way around.
Oh look, he cleared my whole front line.
Yeah, autoplay would have gotten you killed there.
I was not that concerned. I'm still not that concerned. Did you doubt? Oh my god. So many sections in this. Oh, we're back to sabers. Ooh, I haven't used a Barghest in a while. Barghest is always a solid choice, you know? Oh. Oh dear. Wait. That was the game's...
The game's speeding up.
Okay.
It's like, okay, you get the drill. Fast forward through the rest of these. We're not going to make you fight them.
I was worried it was a glitch.
Now you were holding your finger down on the screen. Small time.
Ugh, I'm now palm-sized. This is so pathetic, I can't even cry. Among all Sumerian gods, no, among all gods everywhere, I'm probably the only one to have ever endured something so awful. Think you'll turn back to normal once we defeat Ereshkigal? I hope so, but knowing her, I'm afraid she would be willing to sacrifice her life just to keep me like this. If so, I'd have to destroy myself and take the world with me. Oh, but since I get the entire treasury of Babylon, it'd be a shame if I didn't use it up before I self-destruct. I wonder how many millennia it will take. Hey, you there. No time for idle chatter. We've passed through all 7 gates. The hall ahead is Ereshkigal's palace. Ereshkigal is a member of the Three Goddess Alliance, so she's someone you have to defeat no matter what. Now that I am helping you, victory is guaranteed. That's all fine and good. However, I shall leave it to T.H.E to decide how we deal with her after we defeat her. Think well on how to handle Ereshkigal. This is the Palace of Kur. It's just a wasteland. If this is a palace, this is all too... That's what the underworld is. Not one gorgeous thing exists here. Isn't that right, Ereshkigal, O queen of the Galu spirits who gazes at the sky of darkness? You speak as if you know. You are merely a demigod king. Fear, prey, and despair, humans. I am the keeper of death, ruler of the underworld, the one who tramples the sacred mountain. I am Ereshkigal of the Three Goddess Alliance. So that's Ereshkigal. I'm getting chills down my spine, Master. I can see the temperature hasn't changed, but I feel cold all over. According to our measurements, current atmospheric conditions at your location are impossible. The barometric pressure is at 500 HPA. That's the equivalent of being atop a mountain over 5,000 meters tall. That place isn't cold, it's high up. The temperature drop is from adiabatic cooling. It's probably minus 6 degrees Celsius now. That's the lower limit for biological activity. Not only will you suffer from decompression sickness, but your pulmonary cells will explode. You must defeat Ereshkigal before that happens, T.H.E. So frail. Simply revealing myself to you is enough to destroy you. The commander of Chaldea seems to be a coward. How disappointing. You act like the big bad boss of the mountain. That's a little silly even for you. First of all, there's no one anywhere who wouldn't be scared after taking a look at you. Death, maggots, mold, and filth. It's like the air inside a coffin took shape. That's what you are, Ereshkigal. All living animals are created to fear you. Oh, did I hear a little bug buzzing about? Why look, there's a tiny, pitiful goddess down there. How could something so small make so much noise? Shall I crush you between my fingers, little bug? So this is the real you. How pathetic. You hate the beautiful because you are ugly. You place your throne at the top of a sacred mountain because nobody visits. You're just taking your issues out on everyone else. To think you're my other half. Ugh, it's so pathetic I could cry. Sure, if you want to kill me, go on ahead. Right afterwards, you'll be nothing but the ugliest woman in Sumer. Just like before, no matter how tiny the rest of you is, your stupid mouth is cavernous. Fine. You said I was ugly? It seems absurd to reveal myself to the likes of you, but a goddess cannot let an insult stand. Very well. I shall reveal my true form to enwrap. You know what? No, I'm sick of talking like this. I'll give you a special peek. Be prepared. This is my true form as a goddess. Oh, the shock. Oh my god. I could never have suspected this.
Who'd have thought?
What? Oh? Aha. Are you surprised? You're surprised, right? You look surprised. The guise of a Galu spirit was only a temporary one, of course. I never showed my true self, even to the Sumerian gods. Look upon me and be shocked, T.H.E. Okay. What's with that reaction? You look terribly disappointed. Why, isn't this how it goes? The part where you look at me and see your dear friend? Human books said that it was sure to work. Don't you have even the slightest bit of romance in you? Senpai, you're not surprised? Ereshkigal's guise is, well, I mean, I knew. Huh? You knew? How? This is literally the 4th time we've met. Yeah, but you knew the whole time? That you were speaking to me, not that louse on those nights? But how? When did you realize this? You transformed when you sneezed. What? You knew, and you let me say such embarrassing things. I said them all to you. No! This wasn't how it was supposed to be, not like this. It seems Ereshkigal has collapsed, cradling her head like you have dealt a blow. Do you want to defeat her now, Master? And miss the show? No, that's not how it goes. My plans are ruined, but that is that and this is this. The plan to kill you here hasn't changed. 2 more days until Gorgon assaults Uruk. Before that, I will conquer Uruk and seize its greater grail. Then the world of humans will be over. Every last human on the surface will be trapped in the underworld and become my property. Ugh. This is my choice. Ereshkigal's very first choice of her own free will. Seki, if you're going to stand in my way, I will show no mercy, even to you. Oh, Ere. In any case, brace yourself. Now that you've come to my underworld, my power is absolute. Your pardon. Going to interrupt from the sidelines, Ereshkigal. I never was great at caring about the mood. What? I had no intention of killing you. You ended up here because you worked yourself to death. I have no need for you. You're a nuisance in the underworld, so go get yourself killed by Gorgon or something. Quite the mouth you've got. You really are similar. You two are like sisters. Shut up. I'm not an embarrassing knife like she is. What part of me do you think is embarrassing? I'm a terrifying goddess of death. Save the goddess improv sketch for later. Do as much as you please when we don't have to see it. Ereshkigal, you are the patron deity of Kutha, and yet joined the Three Goddess Alliance. Of all your sins, none is greater. None even comes close. Though I may be dead for the time being, I can still convict you under my royal authority. Invaders are meant to be defeated by force, but the world itself judges traitors on their own. That is how royal authority works. You should be fully aware of that. Yes, if it is a king who has gained Dingir, he can punish even a god by exchanging everything he has to do so. That is the rule of our world. So what? Are you going to kill me in exchange for your life? That will depend on your answer. Now answer me, Ereshkigal. Why did you join the Three Goddess Alliance? Have you abandoned your duty to protect Sumer's people and culture? Of all the things I thought you'd ask, make no mistake, King of Uruk, neither my role nor my obligations have changed one bit. I am Ereshkigal, the one entrusted with the underworld. I exist to manage all humans, all souls within the underworld. That is my destiny. I have no regret or remorse for dedicating all I have to that task. If you bar my way, I will destroy you with my authority. Oh, a marvelous statement. If so, I have learned all I need to know about your sins. Now, present your head so we can make this clean. Your defeat will serve as punishment for your sins. Just what I hoped for. I'll skewer you all on my lance without tormenting you. But before that, I'll ask one question, Seki. I have managed the souls of the dead here for a numbingly long time. Entertainment, joy, sadness, friends to call my own. I didn't have any of those while I watched my other half fly freely through the heavens. You accuse me of a crime. After all this, you point your finger and say collecting souls is wrong? Is nobody going to commend me for all the work I've done? A job I did all this time by myself. I mean, in technicality, you are fulfilling your role, but also, like, it's not like you chose that role. That's right. I knew you would understand. Then, I'll no longer have anything to fear. I was not in the wrong. If even one human agrees with me, then I am truly righteous. Ereshkigal is transforming. Your orders, master. I shall kill you. First you'll die, and then afterwards, listen to my story. This is your responsibility as the only one in this world who sees that I am not evil. I assume I picked the wrong choice?
Yes.
Is she gonna be strong?
Yeah.
Can I still beat her?
We'll find out. Power creeps a bitch sometimes. Let's see. What set do you use for your team?
Barghest.
Barghest is pretty damn good.
I noticed that she's sealed virtually everything. Hopefully that's temporary. worst case scenario, I just go back through it and change my answer.
Yeah.
Aha!
Here's the taunt that can actually activate his skills.
Not that it's gonna do a whole ton. But it's nice that he can. NP sealed. And Koyan is gonna die. She hits 3 times in a row for 1,000 HP each, but she's about to drop her NP. Will her NP hit hard enough to kill someone? Potentially.
Could be hard enough to kill everyone.
Okay. Then I'm gonna pop that on Barghest in the hopes that she survives. Because Barghest has done a fair amount of damage so far. And see what that gets me. Off. Nady, there was no realization that needed to be made. We all knew that Ereshkigal was peak. Have you seen the Ereshkigal video? Arguably, we were all very well aware. Irrelevant, but you know. Yeah, no.
You got moderately close.
Yeah.
Couple of crits that might have missed and you probably.
Yeah. I got really close.
Yeah, fuck a couple of crits. Would have taken 1 crit.
Yeah. Just one. It was worth it for the satisfaction of choosing that answer, though. Freshard, you spelled nemesis wrong. You're missing an E, and you have an extra I. But I will use your Barghest. What?
No.
I just picked the other option.
No, you're good.
Fuck off. So did she only do it once?
I don't remember how much, but just the era of this fight. I did this fight like 5-6 years ago now.
Fair.
That said, this fight was a pain in the ass. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because I only had 3 servants leveled at the time I did this fight.
Oh,
2 archers and a berserker.
That's not good.
No, it wasn't.
No. Oh, 2 archers and a berserker?
You heard that right. I didn't get my first leveled saber until after part 1 was over.
I was gonna say, that took me a second for that to trickle in through my mind, but that is the wrong set of servants for this.
So if you hear me talking shit on your gameplay, just remember that's what I was working with. You have not made the worst decisions. Just most of them.
Oh, wow. Damn. He hit hard that one time.
Remember, this is the team you had that managed to nearly power creep your way to victory in the harder fight.
That is true.
You actually probably could have won that fight because there was at one point Vargas had her NP available to her because it failed to land the NP seal.
Not in the last one.
Yeah, I did once.
I didn't see it.
You missed it. I caught that.
Oh.
I didn't let you know until I didn't think to let you know.
I did not see it.
So I thought you might have been doing
No,
that
because
for
I
the
saw her
second
NP
chance.
pop up, but it said sealed.
There's just one time where it didn't.
Well. Oh, motherfucker. No battles. Every time that gives me a heart attack. My God. Now I'm trying to figure out what that song was without checking. A BAP song for sure. Nice. I'm back to my normal size. Now victory for Seki is guaranteed. And it looks like my bonds have come undone too. I must return to my physical body in Uruk immediately. But it seems there's still a certain matter to take care of. Go ahead, finish her off, Seki. Yes, you still need to cut my head off. This is a just end for a goddess who tried to take control of Uruk after being cajoled by the King of Mages' flattering words. It seems you have accepted your fate. Why not at least give us an excuse to spare you? Seki sees everything in a positive light, so if you say you're going to turn over a new leaf, I'm sure she'll consider it. Ereshkigal. Tacos, I don't really know who would have been, coming for that song. It's pretty old, Oh, her has a fun question. Even if it's for Frost, still. Unnecessary. I will not beg for my life. You are the goddess of fertility, so if given the chance, you would survive until the end. But I am different. Is Ushiwaka a saber?
Nope.
Rider. That's what I thought. But I'm different. For the goddess of death to reject death, that would be a foul thing indeed. As the goddess who captured many souls, I shall die here. Ereshkigal, master, it seems her mind is made up. I don't know what to say. When a person doesn't deny their guilt and seeks death, what should we do in such a situation? It's too late to talk about such matters now. I told you before, I intended to wipe out everyone in Mesopotamia. I was going to gather all of their souls here in the underworld and then become the one who rules them all. Gorgon wants to annihilate the human race out of vengeance, since humans stole everything from her. I tried to exterminate humans out of a desire to dominate. Wouldn't you agree there is no greater evil than that? You're persistent. Just lop off my head already. As the queen of the land of the dead, I lost to humans. As a goddess, I lost to Ishtar. No, the fact that I didn't kill you when we first met in Kutha had already ruined my plans. I despise the living. If you're not going to become one of my dead, don't try to understand me. Fool, such behavior ill becomes a goddess and leads her nowhere. Senpai, there's someone behind Ereshka. What? Oh, dear. No, Child, so immature, so stubborn. Save your petulance for another time. Ereshkigal, who the hell are you? Ishtar's arrow did not hit. Who is that old man? Calm yourselves. Look and see. What this sword severed was not her bond to life, but to this misbegotten alliance. I'm stunned. You didn't just cut me in half, like in myth? Ereshkigal, master, Ereshkigal isn't injured. So who are you, old man? The only living human in the underworld is Seki. You may not be dead, but no ordinary man could have done what you just have. It wasn't me, nor the Mage King, nor Chaldea. Old man, who called you here? A good question. Little and less has been achieved here, and so I have come from the abyss to set events in motion. I appear here as a friend from another land. Ereshkigal, you hide the truth with so many lies. If you can yet feel shame, answer me. Why have you striven to create a land of the dead? O caretaker of souls, do you not love humanity? Is that not why you sought to claim them as your own? Obviously. What? Of course not. I only love the things I own, only my soul's locked up in cages. Look at this land, a sky without light, a surface without reflection, mud without budding flowers. There is no pleasure to be had here. There is nothing. I don't even know what the souls are saying. But there is silence and tranquility. When it comes to peaceful repose of the dead, this land has no equal. I don't care about the humans and their lives on the surface. I only love those who fall to this land. So, I could never feel any love for the people on the surface. I disagree. With what? I speak only the truth. The only humans I am interested in are dead ones. Mistress of the underworld, bloody flower consigned to the depths of the earth, even you know the lie in your words. You do not love the dead, you love all humans, each fated to die. Death was gentle, not a terrible thing in your hands. You gave yourself to your duty in safeguarding the souls in your care. You cast your lot in with the Alliance, meaning to safeguard as many souls as you could, protected here in your realm. Though none may understand, though you may stand alone in a sea of souls, you sought to keep them safe here. Here in your kingdom of silence. But there were so many that I... What are you talking about? The bodies of those who died from exhaustion are all stored away. If you release them from your soul cages, they'll all come right back to life. Really? Obviously. Compared to the damage Gorgons inflicted, your death toll by exhaustion is negligible. The population of Kutha is 900 and there are 300 injured in Uruk. That's just 1,200 people in total. Such a small number could fit comfortably beneath the ziggurat. It's that simple. In terms of actual damage done, you're at the bottom of the list in the Alliance, Ereshkigal. That's shocking in its own way. I tried as hard as I could. Well, you can have the last word. Say something, Seki. Really? I had no such intention, but that was what you've been going for this whole time? Then I have no other choice. After all, I am a goddess. I shall accept that responsibility. Then you'll help us fight Gorgon too, Ereshkigal? Does this mean the end of the Three Goddess Alliance? Well, yes, otherwise that scary old man would have... Huh? He's gone. Doctor, the old man in the robe has disappeared. He was here just a minute ago. Who? What old man in a robe? I didn't see anyone who fits that description. So you swear you'll never attack Uruk again, and while you're at it, form a contract with Seki? I will never attack Uruk again, but I cannot form a contract with Chaldea. I have my pride, Ishtar. I'm just paying off my debt by helping Seki. I cannot offer a contract until after that. I am the Queen of Kur. Unlike you, I don't allow myself to fall into debt. A contract should deal with both parties equally, in a fair manner. Therefore, I must first prove my worth by saving the world. Huh. Well, that's bold of you. What will you do specifically? I'm going to start thinking about that right now. I should have plenty of chances. Probably. Maybe. They're two of a kind. Excuse me, Doctor. I don't really understand what Ereshkigal is trying to say. Oh, you see? If Seki gets in a pinch, I'll make a cool entrance and repay your kindness that way, but wait until something like that happens. That's what she's saying. And so, I will return to managing the underworld. I will grant you permission to depart, so go back right away. Of course, I will keep a careful watch for the Gorgon battle. Ishtar, if you commit a blunder and wink out of existence, I'll take over your vessel for you. So I hope you die in vain real soon. See ya.
Die.
I too hope Ishtar dies in vain real soon.
Yeah.
I suppose all's well that ends well. Time for me to go back to Uruk then. It is almost time for the showdown with Gorgon. Let's hurry. But there is one last thing. Ishtar, according to myth, you descended into the underworld. I'm sure you couldn't help but notice Ereshkigal had a grudge against you, so knowing that, why did you come? That's the biggest mystery of all Inanna's anecdotes. I'm curious too, so why Ishtar? Why? Well, because I didn't like the situation, of course. It was the story of how the gods ordered her to never leave the underworld. I had to do something after hearing a sorry story like that. I wanted to tell her just drop your duties in the underworld and leave. That's why I went to meet Ereshkigal, to give her that advice. And then you were stripped naked and murdered. Perfect. You're hopeless, woman. Still, starting a quarrel like that is so you. No wonder Ereshkigal got mad. Easier said than done is what she would have said. That's so Ishtar. I know, right? So this is a win for me. No matter what form, she did leave the underworld. Conveniently ignoring the whole stealing her husband and murdering him. We're just gonna brush that under the rug? Is that what we're gonna do?
Gloss right over that part.
Okay. Alright. Oh my god. Oh, why are there so many parts?
The
Hi,
husband's
T.H.E.
a
Origins.
complicated marital life with Ishtar and Ereshkigal, and we're not going to address until a little later. It gets addressed in a future like little side thing.
Mm. It said riders, so I'll use Odysseus. I don't know if Sima-Yi is going to be helpful in this setup.
More helpful than other servants would have been. Probably the most helpful rider you could have chosen.
We've arrived at Uruk, Senpai. Good work on your non-stop trek back from Kutha right after emerging from the underworld. Yeah, seriously. Before I was summoned as a servant, I never thought I'd be forced to walk this much. Had I known, I would have brought a carriage with me. My boat only has room for one. Sorry! Well, I would have been fine with having just Seki on board, but no way, not without Mash, she says. If that's the case, should I call for my winged serpents? I'd have to start with getting them accustomed to humans, though. A winged serpent gondola, huh? That's new. Sounds fun. Oh? Welcome back, Seki. Merlin, you're still alive too. That's good. Sorry to leave you behind, Anna. No, I'm the one who is sorry for not being helpful when it was needed. Shame on me. Sidri informed me of the situation. I guess you managed to seize control over the second goddess. We have returned, Anna. Also, your hood is down. Are you okay? I know you've had it up all this time. Yes, as the people of Uruk take such good care of us, I didn't think it was a good idea to keep concealing my face. And I was told that it'd be better to show my face, so I took it off. You're cute as I expected. Yes, I look forward to working with you again. Now, excuse me, I was asked to herd some bulls at the farm, so I'll be going. King Gilgamesh is awaiting you at the ziggurat. I'll see you again at the Chaldean embassy. Anna basically flew over to the farm. She seemed very happy. Yeah, something really good for Anna must have happened. I don't know the circumstances, but I'm glad to see her like that. I was the one that brought her here to Uruk. It would be great if it leads to something better. It's bustling. Streets are full of people. Everyone is doing their best and still smiling. It's totally different from the last time I was here. Yes! I didn't know Uruk was such a charming city. Today they seem even livelier than usual. Hey, what's that giant seal? What is that? Celebrating the king's third return from the underworld, it says. Look, free jerky. Hang on. What are all those ugly clay things? The king battles a fairy in the underworld. The king falls off a cliff in the underworld. The king strikes a proud, triumphant pose in the underworld. These are too funny. And this clay companion of his is... Yep, it's Yuseki, no doubt about it. I mean, it has a really cute face. It looks like King Gilgamesh is all prepared, too. Let's hurry over to the ziggurat. We have 2 more days, including today, before Gorgon's attack. We don't have much time left. The Chaldeans have returned. Let's have our strategy meeting for the Gorgon attack. Siduri. You have all done splendid work on your last mission. Given the way the king is, I shall convey our gratitude on his behalf. We have prepared a small celebration at the embassy, so once the meeting is over, let us head that way. What? I've heard nothing about this. So this is our battle plan? Let's see. My name is not on this. You careless fool. Surely you forgot to write it down? My king, you cannot go. Your schedule after this meeting is full. Now everyone, let's get up to speed on the current situation. Currently, all remaining forces have gathered at Uruk's northern wall to prepare for the imminent invasion of Gorgon's main army. The demonic beasts have gathered in the cedar forest. They number roughly 100,000. That's over 10 times the size of our force. The northern wall has been fortified repeatedly, but once they invade, it won't last more than half a day. On top of that, if Gorgon herself appears, the northern wall will almost certainly collapse under her attack. With no wall, the soldiers will find it hard to retreat and will likely be swallowed up by the waves of demonic beasts. So Gorgon has bred that many demonic beasts, huh? She must have concentrated on producing enough for a sure win. For a goddess of vengeance, her tactics are oddly human, yes? She knows relying on sheer numbers is the best way to win. That's right. Humanity cannot win if our forces are overwhelmed in terms of quality and quantity. In the face of such a massive attack, we won't be able to defend. That means the only thing we can do is attack their base. You know what this feels like? The end of Return of the King, where Aragorn takes like that tiny little force of men straight to the gates of Mordor, and then the army like floods out around them. That's what this feels like, you know?
Just a bit.
And Gorgon is the mouth of Sauron. We of Uruk will buy you some... Well, Kingu is the mouth of Sauron, and Uruk is actually the tower. Or Gorgon is the tower. We of Uruk will buy you some time, half a day at the northern wall. While we do that, you head to Gorgon's base, the Blood Temple, also called Blood Fort. It lies in the underground lake deep within the cedar forest. It's the same as Quetzalcoatl's Sun Temple. If we can stop the temple from functioning, Gorgon will lose much of her authority. Exactly, TR Origins. If we just throw Ereshkigal, Ishtar, and Ketz at her and let her, like, sit and watch them argue, she'll die from sheer irritation. That should give us the chance we need to defeat Gorgon. But do we really expect everything to go to plan? First of all, how are you going to destroy the Blood Fort? Humans can't even get through its entrance, you know? I flew around that area a few times to check things out. That thing is more like a fortified mountain than a temple. And in that mountain is a cave where she's made her nest. It's like she's an ant. Protecting the entrance to that cave is a bounded field, so normally you'd need to organize some sort of siege, right? That's where the axe of Marduk comes in. It should be able to destroy the Blood Fort and carve a path through to the inside. This morning, a mysterious servant called the Jaguar Parcel Service delivered the axe to us. Per the king's orders, we sent it directly to the northern wall. The servant left a message for Lady Quetzalcoatl, too. That last job burned me out. This is positively the worst. You could totally ignore that. Yes, please make them work even harder. Yes? Still, there's a slight problem. That axe is heavy, too heavy to carry easily. Even if the winged serpents reach the northern wall, will they be able to fly to the cedar forest in half a day? Besides, the demonic beast would most likely shoot them down midway. Then we should throw it. You can do that much, the sun goddess, can't you? See, but Nady, then we just get Goku. Because nobody can beat Goku, right?
Don't get us on going on power scaling. Let's not.
Okay, but like Goku is literally the classic example of gets into a fight, gets beat up, comes back stronger, and beats up the person who beat him up. Every single time. There is no power scale, Knick-Knack. Goku is the power scale. It's 30 kilometers from the northern wall to the temple. Well, if it's just throwing the axe, I can do it, yes. You can do it? Still, it's no use. I can't just attack that place. The Alliance rules are still in effect. The members are forbidden from attacking each other, yes? Any goddess who breaks the pact, like with an act of violence, would be completely annihilated, yes? How petty. Just say, the pact is absolute, yes, but I don't care, no, I'll just break it and die. What, are you not man enough to do that? I am not, no, I'm a goddess after all, yes, you're the petty one, king. To begin with, you don't have enough gold to call yourself king, no, only one golden arm? That's a little cheap, yes? How dare you bring that up? Hardly surprising, though, considering you're the king of the city of gold. Anyway, I just haven't shown my full strength yet, that's all. My true guys will blow you out of this world, figuratively, I mean, from surprise, not like that design on the sarcophagus of Palenque. Nice, a reference to Palenque. And here we go with that back and forth insults again. Gilgamesh is like, he's a scary king, but he seems to love arguing and insults. That may be the biggest difference between him and King Ozymandias. Yes, the latter is a god king, and he rules as such. There's nothing divine about the way the King Gilgamesh acts. That's definitely a diss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually getting tired of talking. Oh my god. I forget just how much talking some of these are, because, like, some of them aren't so bad, but then, like, wasn't it, like, the ending of Okeanos was, like, 30 minutes solid of, like, no fights, just talking.
I don't think I was around watching very much of the ending of Okeanos, so.
Because Drake had, like, a full speech to give to, like, every single character. I was like, they're all very sweet, and I really like the characterization, but I've been talking for half an hour with no breaks. Oh.
Can't get a breather.
A little bit, yeah. It's just a lot of talking. I don't even think this was a no battle node, too. I'm pretty sure there is a battle hidden behind all of this.
I don't remember if there's a battle on this one or not.
I don't think it said no battles, so. Alright. They are both marvelous kings, but they're both intense. It must be hard for those around either of them. Anyway, enough talk of gold, both of you. The real question here, which none of you have bothered to ask, is how we'll get the Axe of Marduk to the temple, and the answer is, I'll take care of it. You will? Are you going to carry the axe with magecraft? No, that's impossible. It's a divine weapon. It repels human magecraft. I'd barely be able to do anything with it. Maybe levitate it a little and just drop it, but that's about it. Only skilled transporters like winged serpents and goddesses like yourself would be able to carry it. So how about a plan like this? First, Seki and I sneak into the cedar forest and head to the temple. Once we're close enough to the temple, I'll give you the signal, and you just throw the axe to me. I'll take care of the rest somehow. Probably. Okay, so let me just take a bit of this red cloth from my staff, and there, wrap this around the axe. The cloth and my staff are one and the same. Even if your aim is a bit off, the axe should reach me. That will work, yes. Are you okay with that, King? I hate to rely on Merlin, but that's a good middle ground. Any objections, Seki? Not really. Right then, let's go through this one last time for you fools. We have 2 days left until the deadline Gorgon set. We'll never win, though, if we just sit around and wait for her big invasion. Therefore, we will move out tomorrow right at dawn. Chaldea's heroes, led by Seki, will enter the cedar forest, plunging into enemy territory. Why are we reiterating what we're doing?
I mean, I have an explanation for it. You see, my Japanese teacher in high school once told me a very valuable piece of wisdom.
Oh yeah. Well, what did this Japanese teacher in high school that I'm very well aware of tell you? What did this man tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, the unfortunate truth is that 90% of people, as they're doing anything, aren't really paying attention. So if you're trying to get something that, like, trying to stress a point or trying to get something across to them, read students not paying attention to the lesson, you don't just say it once. You say it 3 times. And by the 3rd time, they'll get it.
This is why I almost failed multiple classes in high school, because I cannot deal with that shit. I can't. I am not the kind, like, I will listen when a teacher is teaching and get it the first time, and I do not need to hear it 3 to 5 times. It just drives me fucking nuts. At the same time, we'll begin our diversion at the demonic front. We'll have squads at the northern wall to lure the demonic beasts away. That will allow T.H.E and company to make their way through the Cedar Forest to the entrance to the Blood Fort. At Merlin's signal, Quetzalcoatl will throw the axe of Marduk to him. Merlin will then use the axe to smash the temple open. What follows should be obvious. T.H.E heads deep within the shrine as quickly as possible, faces the goddess Gorgon, and wins. I shall call this Operation Marduk Blitz. Keep in mind the fate of the northern wall rests on this battle. Yes, Nady, that is the problem. Because I listened the first time. Which makes me hate it the second time. I forget what Reigns does.
So, practically speaking, she's giving battery and some slight damage.
Okay.
If you're using a berserker, this is pretty useful. She also can kill your class disadvantage.
Okay.
Cool.
What?
Since you're fighting casters, I'd almost recommend trying to get Odysseus' MP off immediately.
Could probably do that. I thought his battery would do it, but I forgot I don't have that skill charged up.
You might want to drop Zufu's first skill as well, because that'll make it easier to get MP.
It's weird seeing so many quick and arts cards and no busters. Oh! Yeah, overkill to the extreme. Jesus. See, but I'm still fighting casters. Can I? No.
That's only 30%.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, there's no way I'm getting that again immediately.
You can, it's just kind of hard with your current setup.
Yeah.
You'd either want a better art support than Zufu, or you'd want to be borrowing a Castor.
Yeah. Oh, I hate it when that happens. You know? Like, it's so annoying. Why am I fighting Gilgamesh again? Just looking. Okay. The fuck am I fighting Gilgamesh again? Oh. Hi, Nady. Hi, Dakota Doyle. Yep. And guess what I'm about to do?
Drop the NP again.
Yep.
Ah, the beauty of art service.
This is great. Yeah, I know it's overkill. It was all gonna be overkill at that point. That's such a, I will say, it is such a visually odd team because Jufu and Reigns are wearing like very traditionally inspired clothing.
Then you have
and
mech
then
horse guy.
you have Mech Odysseus right in the middle. So it's a very interesting team composition aesthetically. But one that I appreciate, you know?
Ain't that the fun of FGO? Like, you'll have Japanese servant. Oh, look, it's giant-ass King Protea in the middle.
Yeah. Your Majesty, why did you enter the battle? Forgive me, it was just the flow of things. I couldn't help but get excited. The only thing left to do is return to the Chaldean embassy, get things ready, and then head over to the northern wall. Are you staying here, King Gilgamesh? It will be the decisive battle for humanity. Of course, I can give orders from here. If, and I do only mean if, you fail to accomplish your task, the next battle will be here in Uruk. If Uruk falls, Mesopotamia will meet its end. What kind of king would I be if I wasn't there for it? I see, you really are going to be the last line of defense. I always knew Uruk was humanity's oldest fortress city, but now I see how it came to be that way. Its roots, its origin. However, Kingu is on Gorgon's side. He is the complicating factor for this singularity, which means he could be a tougher opponent than Gorgon. I think you're the only one who can stop that imposter, but even so, you won't come to the northern wall? So tedious. If I'm to die in this battle, it'll be at this ziggurat. I will entrust Quetzalcoatl with intercepting this Kingu. He is not one of the three goddesses. The pact does not apply to him. Isn't that right, Quetzalcoatl? See, sure thing. In any case, I can't accompany you to the Blood Fort. I'll handle Kingu at the northern wall. I see. If you're okay with it, that's that. Then, is this farewell, Gilgamesh? By defeating Gorgon, the crisis will be averted for now. The King of Mages' Grail will be retrieved, and this era will not collapse. And the job you gave us ends there, right? Indeed. Impressive you held out for this long. Be well till this world's end, Mage of Flowers. You too. If your legend is to remain, I'll see you again in the distant future. Dakota Doyle, I'm just getting tired of this. Why are we bouncing in place? Such a huge spread, thanks to Siduri. This is quite the little party. Oh, what a joyous occasion. Our once quiet lounge is now overflowing with people. I guess this is the result of helping around the city. Food, flowers, booze. They're all gifts from Uruk citizens. I'm sure this crowd is making Anna nervous. I'll go up to her room and check on her. We have a bit of time till we depart. You guys should relax. Hey, good work. I heard of your adventures in the underworld. I heard you helped out King Gilgamesh this time. Thanks. On behalf of the citizens of Uruk, we are grateful. You know, when this embassy was first made, we were all disgusted, questioning what good outsiders could possibly do. But we were fools for that. We thought that we should do something to repay you for all that you've done. We talked it over in the market, and next thing you know, well, here we are. I know it's a bit rowdy right before your departure, but we wanted to see you guys off. Oh, a handshake. That's a handshake, the thing Seki and the others are always doing. I'll do it too. Let me shake your hand. I'm part of the operation, but this is an advanced celebration. You guys never cease to amaze me, like that case with the 100 crocodiles living in the river. Nah, that's nothing compared to them getting rid of the beehive at our place. I panicked, thinking that was the end of the world. There was a swarm of bees that made the room dark as night. When Mash charged in at the end with her shield up and ready, what a shock that was for me. From the bee's venom, that is. Hey, did we talk about Seki transporting the ale? We haven't? Then listen up, it was amazing. The 3 varieties from Isin, Uma, and Girshu all got mixed up with no labels and we couldn't tell them apart. It'd take 3 days to sort, but then their flavor would be lost. That's when these folks use their sharp wits. Everyone is coming one after another to greet us. It makes me happy, but also a bit sad. Previous singularities were journeys, but this time we stayed in one place for a long time. It almost feels as if everyone is celebrating for us as citizens of Uruk. Controversial opinion here. I would have rather had like a bunch more sections with only like 1 or 2 nodes telling these really funny stories than just have to hear a bunch of bullshit at the end and deal with a ton of sections that had like 14 parts. Like, I would have loved to read like a fun little node about telling different wines apart, you know? Hello?
I'm not really sure how to respond to that because what you're saying is the same exact content, just without the visual of the 7-part node.
No, it feels like we haven't. It feels like the characters are talking about all these like funny things that we did that would have made like really funny stories to read, but we didn't get to do any of those funny things. We just...
You did like 2 screams.
Yeah, for like a little bit, but like I would have liked more, you know? More of that and a little bit less of like, let's have like 7 nodes to deal with a Reshkagul. We did not have to go through 5 gates before they fast forwarded us through 2 of them. We could have gone through 3 gates and fast forwarded through 4. I'm just saying. Hi, buddy. It almost feels as if everyone is celebrating us for us as citizens of Uruk. I guess it's farewell to the embassy. Yes, I'd have liked to clean up in the end. Huh? Fu? Fu! I see. Senpai, there's apparently someone outside, and that person is debating whether or not to enter. Let's go see who it is. Ugh. Excuse me, do you have something for the embassy? Oh, I'm so glad. So this is the Chaldean embassy. Fu! Senpai, this old lady's eyes. As you can see, my old age has taken its toll on my eyesight. I didn't think I'd ever walk outside again, but I came here wanting to give thanks one last time. Thanks, you say? You mean to us? Yes, that's right, to that little girl. The girl really treated me well. I'm rather stubborn, you see. I kept my flower shop open, pretending not to hear my family's opposition. Yes, just a formality. I couldn't be at the storefront. I couldn't attract customers. My grandchildren were so kind in bringing those flowers to me, but all I did every day was let them wilt. But then that girl came to help me out. Sometimes these blind eyes can feel the light. The past few days, I felt like I was young again. But then, I too was hit by that illness. I thought I was going to die until yesterday. My family had given up. They had tried to let me depart. I accepted it, thinking I'd lived long enough. But that girl clung onto my body. This lady is still alive, so don't bury her, she said. That must be why. I was about to disappear in the underworld, but I started to feel like I could live a bit longer. When I woke up, she was right at my side. I touched her face for the first time then. And I was so surprised. I didn't know she was so beautiful. Such a waste to hide it under cloth. I told her she would become the most beautiful girl in town, and that's why she should keep her head up. But I
Bless you.
Oh my god. But I really am getting old. I should have at least given her a floral headpiece. So today, I came out by myself. I wanted to give this to her, to say thanks for everything. Aww. Please tell me we get to see Anna wear this. Understood. Thank you. We'll make sure Anna gets it. Good. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. You sound like a kind girl, too. That girl was quiet, awkward, and timid. But with you folks nearby, I'm sure she had a lot of fun. We hope so. Yes, that'd make us happy, too. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for being kind to Anna. I'm sure she was happy to have met someone like you, too. You think so? Well, then my long life was worth living. Even though I'm an old woman whose time is almost up, I was able to help someone else again. Oh my god. I think I sneezed my brains out. I feel a marked decrease in intelligence. Oh. So many. So many. Oh, berserkers. It's been a while since we used an Arjuna altar. I will switch back to this team, though. Why, if it isn't the heroes of Chaldea, I take it you're departing for the Northern Wall today. Yes, I'm sorry to part with everyone who celebrated for us, but we must reach the Northern Wall by tonight. By tonight, you really don't have much time. I apologize for holding you up. Please be careful. May the goddess Ishtar protect you. Oh, Anna, you be careful too. I finally got a glimpse of your face. You are a lovely young lady. I am reminded once again that my memory has its benefits. Gatekeeper, you should be more alert. You'll be caught off guard in that state. Though, now that we're headed to the Northern Wall, demonic beasts will never reach here. Of course. As always, I eagerly await your return. It's a carriage. A carriage is coming. This late in the game, a carriage appears out of nowhere. Merlin, what is this? I summoned it with Magecraft, of course. Spending half a day walking to the Northern Wall would be such a pain. Where was this before? Well, you know, I can't just bring out something that doesn't belong to this era on a whim. God, Romani and Gilgamesh are right. You are a useless son of a bitch. Come, no time to waste. Hold on tight. Da Vinci didn't think that way when she created her Egypt mobile. That's because Da Vinci has balls. Time out, folks. Keep your eyes on the road. Hello, look ahead. About 3 kilometers ahead. Local delinquents are after you. How do I know what's up several kilometers ahead? Because I'm watching all of you from the sky. Meow? Master, this voice. It's a bird. It's a plane. I mean, a flying boat. It's the sound of the rotten soul of a jaguar. Yes, we passed that twerp just now. Oh, Cuckoo, your winged serpents are too slow. Oh, ow, ouch, no beak. Stop pecking. I know you guys are doing your best. I know it's pretty rough to have no rest for 4 whole days. But hold out a bit longer. If we don't deliver by tomorrow, the king won't reward us. Wow, look at them carrying that axe. An aerial transport of 300 winged serpents is quite a sight. I agree, but pay attention to the danger up ahead. I threw this carriage together in a hurry. It won't hold up in a fight. Once again, useless. Da Vinci's held up in a fight. Ishtar, you can fly, so you take care of this. Clear out our path of obstacles.
She managed to rig it to explode.
Exactly, and she didn't die.
Exactly.
Da Vinci is next to me, saying, the best thing Merlin ever made was that fake arm. 1 rocket shot from my Bastinian 3 and you'd be in the clear, but whatever. See? We all know. She's pouting and sulking too, but that's not important. Okay, leave it to me. I have no mercy for bandits. Time for some death from above. Death from above, we're under fire. Stained red as blood, it's roaming higher. From the horseback to the skies. That's where the legend will arise. And he's flying. Okay, sorry. You don't know that song.
No, I don't.
Sabaton. The Red Baron.
I'm not a big Sabaton fan. I don't listen to them.
I know you've heard it in my car, you just don't recognize it.
Yeah.
Yes, T.H.E Origins. That's exactly what we should do. Murder! Of the most foul! Look, I also agree that spells are annoying and inconvenient, and physical violence is a better way to go. But, it's Merlin. Respectfully, it's Merlin. Oh, my nose is itching. Oops, it's sneezing. Probably because I had nosebleeds earlier. Ugh. Mysterious Citizen X. Fuck that shit. Yeah. Okay. We made it somehow, although it took longer than I'd have liked. The axe isn't delivered yet. I guess it'll barely make it by noon tomorrow. Well, we can still accommodate that. It's about 4 hours before daybreak. You may feel uneasy here, but we should all get some sleep if we can. I agree. We have the officer's room that was given to us last time, so please rest there, Senpai. I will also get some sleep to prepare for tomorrow. 4 hours of sleep is better than none. Hey, that's a normal night for me. I'll go check up on the soldiers then. We'll have some touchy-feely lucha libre. After all, we will all fight together tomorrow, yes? I'll go back and check on Jaguar. She might get sidetracked, you know? My, aren't you nice to care about my no-good minion Ishtar? Well, half of it is just to kill time. I don't sleep well anymore. Not since I found out about Ereshkigal borrowing my body at night. I'm going to rest too. I'll see you here in 4 hours upon daybreak. 4 hours later. Fu? Hey, buddy, old friendo Fu. Anna, you're not gonna rest. I can't sleep, so I'm taking a walk. What about you, Seki? Don't you need to sleep? I'll sleep later. Hi, Jens. I mean, that's about what we've got like maybe 40, 45 minutes left, so, you know. I think I understand. Wanting to take a walk because there's nothing else to do, remembering that we were at Uruk just yesterday. For some reason, those kinds of things keep popping up in my head. They have been keeping me awake. It's pathetic. Is it really, though? Yes, because I know I have been fighting as a stoic, heroic spirit up until now. It's not good to be showing my emotional side of all of a sudden. Keeping your composure is very important. Still, thank you. No, thank you. That's what's so great about you. From the time we met in the forest all the way until now, you've never asked me anything. Trusting a suspicious servant like me without asking anything is strange in itself. Do you enjoy Uruk? Well, no, not really, since I dislike humans. Humans are smart creatures. You constantly look for other possibilities and what-ifs. You will always choose what's better. That's why human cities vary from one another. However, when something new is created, what happens to the things that are no longer better? It would be fine if they just became ordinary, or if humans forgot about them, or stopped using them. But no, humans try to reject them. They say they're evil. They believe the new will be useless if the old and ordinary remain. That old lady was being treated the same way, protecting shriveled flowers inside that dark, dreary house of hers. At first, I only helped her because it was a job. But she looked so happy, and she told me so many stories. Even though she couldn't see anymore, she was at peace. Even though she was lonely, she never spoke of it. She treated me like her grandchild. We ate butter cake together. She said, "Isn't it delicious?" even though she couldn't taste anything anymore. Oh. A floral headpiece. For me? This is that flower shop's. The old lady made it for me? She said it would look great on you. That is not possible. I do not plan on growing older than I am now. I dislike humans, but they are very warm. The city of Uruk was like a dream for me. I wanted humans to be nice to me. I wanted to be nice to humans. That is how I wanted it to be. That is what my old self wanted. It's the dream the adult me, the grown-up me, can no longer remember. Thank you for the gift, but I can't accept this. Seki, please hold on to it. I don't have the right to wear it. That old lady's grandchild was killed by demonic beasts at this northern wall. Let's depart at sunrise and defeat Gorgon. That is why I am here. Still, this journey changed my reason for fighting. You see, before I was merely fighting for myself, but now I'm fighting for the people of Uruk too. That is the least I could do to pay them back. Well, well, isn't this a coincidence for us to run into each other in the middle of the night? Aw, man! Is this another one of those nodes where I'm going to be talking to every single person throughout the night? Okay. You ask if I sleep or not. Oh, right. I never told you all the little Merlin trivia. Fooger! Whoa, stupid Cathpalug. Attack me again. What did I ever do to you? Honestly, this chapter, if nothing else, has probably broken me out of calling Fu Cathpalug. Just because we've heard Fu so many times. Like, normally Fu's around, but not, like, directly addressed so much. But
no,
having
Fu's
Merlin...
mortal enemy is involved in this chapter. Fu has to be around more.
Exactly. Fu! What? Talk about myself a little, because we've all been together for a pretty long time now? I don't think speaking about who or what I am at this point would be all that interesting. Well, if Seki can't sleep, then it could be a good bedtime story. How about this? You can ask me one question. Topics like human growth and guidance are just a pain to answer, so normally I either stay silent or lie my way out. But just for tonight, I will answer anything you want to know. Come, ask away. Of course, you can just walk away and not ask anything. I would actually prefer that more. Ah, so you're going there. Oh my god, you're her. I'd kill for a tub of popcorn right now. And an auto reader. Just read it out to me. That's a little painful. No, quite painful for me. I am the one who sent him to the Holy Land. When the Lion King appeared, that's when he appeared in Avalon. In order to solve that twisted fate, there was no other way but to send Bedivere over. I knew very well that it would be a cruel decision forced upon him. I am inhuman, but that doesn't mean I'm a scumbag. I didn't want Bedivere to suffer if it could be avoided. But you know, if only the Lion King disappeared, or if only Bedivere remained in Avalon, as a fellow member of the Round Table, it would have felt odd. I mean, I was King Arthur's mentor, after all. Even though I was aware of Bedivere's pain, I decided to prioritize correcting Altria's mistake. Foo! Foo! Ow, ow, ow! Stop clawing me, you! Give me a break. It worked out better than expected. There was no way to save that Betty and the Lion King together. In the end, I think I did a darn good job. Even putting it mildly, he's trash. Well, of course, I'm not human like you. I'm a completely different creature who just happens to have a human form. Humans may call me a sage, but not once have I ever acted in their interests. I'm a mix between an incubus and a human. Incubi are spirits that feed on the minds of humans. Usually, they don't have an identity. That's because they copy the personality of the human they're feeding off of. Incubi does just take human mental activity as a source of energy. However, I'm half human, so I have half an ego. I came to hold a sense of purpose. I only came to be called a sage because I learned that was how everyone would accept me. I literally read it off the screen, Jens!
I mean, that is what the screen said, but the screen is wrong.
Okay, but the screen also told me to fire an isosceles off 1/3 of a lapis lazuli. If we're gonna start calling the screen wrong...
But do we need to reference the chart again?
I'm no more than a monster pretending to be human. I study humans and tried experiencing emotions, but I still couldn't understand them. Of course, I have intelligence, so I understand human pain, but I can't really understand the burden of it. No matter how far I get, it's always someone's dream. I can speak of love and hate, but I cannot truly experience them. Foo. However, even for someone like me, there's one thing that will bring me happiness, a unique purpose that only I have, even among other incubi. And that is... a happy ending for mankind, of course. In mankind's final moments, I want to see the very last human's dream. If you humans don't exist, then neither do I. I am a phantasmal. We lose meaning without you. Incubi don't have any direction or preference. Well, maybe we lean towards bad dreams since they're higher in nutrition. But I still have an ego. If I don't have a meaning, a purpose, I cannot live. So I have chosen your ending as my purpose. Humans are foolish, not in a philosophical way, but in a biological sense. There are no other intelligent species so wasteful in the universe, and at the same time, there are none so unpredictable either. You humans are truly flawed creatures, but the history you create is beautiful. This much I can say with certainty. No matter what kind of end humanity faces, your history will be worth leaving in this universe. Phil. Well, that's about it for me. Romani Archiman's evaluation of me is correct. Nothing will stop me from obtaining what I want to see. This time is no different. So feel free to use me as you like, child of humanity. As long as it's for your tale, the one long history that'll one day be complete, I'm willing to dedicate my body and soul. Oh. Oh. Ooh, assassins. Well, we used comma earlier, so we're not going to use comma again. Yeah, let's go with T.H.E. Hogan. I like T.H.E. Hogan. It's time. We already have troops assembled inside the northern wall. An hour after we leave here, the troops will be deployed to prepare for the decisive battle on the demonic front. I'd give it about a 50-50 chance that Gorgon will be lured by our diversion, but the demonic beast will definitely come out of the cedar forest. That's how strong their desire for revenge against humanity is. They won't be able to suppress their urges if the humans form a line against the wall. Is it just me, or is it freezing in here?
Sure, about the same temperature in the entire time unless the temperatures drop. I get air conditioner running, so it shouldn't.
I was like, is it just me? Is my temperature sense off right now?
72 degrees.
God, why the fuck does it feel so cold? They won't be able to suppress their urges if the humans form a line against the wall. Once we have confirmation of that, we will infiltrate the cedar forest from the ruined city of Babylon and head to the Blood Fort. Yes, Quetzalcoatl will defend the northern wall. And me, of course. Meow! Here I am, just in the nick of time. The infiltration team will be me, Seki, Mash, Anna, and Merlin. Roger that. I'll redirect 3 slides of Sheba on Quetzalcoatl and monitor the situation at the northern wall. Alright, let's begin. Seki, give me your orders. Operation Marduk Blitz, begin. That's a terrible name. It's a terrible, terrible name. We've got enemy signatures already. It looks like a group of rogue demonic beasts from Babylon. This will be a skirmish before you enter the cedar forest. Let's do it, Seki. Ugh. Ow.
Crack something.
I tried to crack something, and something pulled instead.
Try to crack something and then snap back.
Ow. That hurts. Normally, I could just pop my bones.
You know what they say? Make an omelet, need to break the bones.
Okay. Let's go with that. Oh, it's one of these. I wish I'd realized that. T.H.E's NP is not wave clearing, is it? It's not multi-target. Is it? Okay. Well, Koyan's is 2, so if I can get one of those 2 charged up. Actually, I might just take him out, though, before I manage to get anything charged enough. Come on. Oh. I was really hoping they'd hit Koyan and just finish charging her NP, you know? There we go. Oh. Waku waku. Aku makareni.
I'm sorry, Zerber. The new event did.
Who knows? Not me. Oh yeah, the foot pick event. One of these days, you're gonna make a slideshow for that. Chat, you get on him about it. He will do it if you push enough. Then we'll have a foot pick reaction video where we both try to where we got to go through and guess the foot picks. What's up?
Oh, that's disgusting. It's an event type I don't even like to play that much.
Oh. What is it?
It's called Mystic Eye Symphony. The problem with this event type is the tower event. Tower events. I told you about tower events.
Yeah, you don't get to use the servant after they've.
You have to wait for them to actually take IRL time to recharge after use.
Yeah, that would make me incredibly irritated.
It might be fine on like an established account. For an account like yours that doesn't have that many leveled servants, you'd run out of team comps you like using really quickly.
Yeah. Enemy demonic beasts annihilated. Good work. I'm not picking up any more around the area. Looks like that was all the demonic beasts that were nesting in Babylon. No wonder there were so many. Indeed, the battle was tougher than we imagined. Senpai, are you okay? We're going to have to keep fighting without rest. Make sure you don't run out of magical energy. Sorry to bother you mid-conversation, Seki, but could you put me through to Dr. Roman? It's been about an hour. How's the northern wall looking? The battle has just begun. The first wave of demonic beasts has passed through Nippur and will engage the Northern Wall Defense Force in 5 minutes. And, leading the charge is a young man with green hair. It's Kingu, commander of Tiamat's 11 offspring. They're coming. First lines, get ready. It's time to use what King Leonidas taught you. Listen, you should only fight on the front for about half an hour. Our individual power won't prevail against them. If you get tired, fall back to the fourth line, rest, and get new weapons. Breathe steadily and wait to return to the fight. They're making contact. It's time to show the king just how strong us survivors are. Men, attack! See, Jens agrees with me.
I ain't got time for that, guys. We're already behind on other things we need to do for the channel. I'm behind on stuff I need to do, separate from anything Seki and I are doing together.
The great animal war begins. Meow! We should head out too, cuckoo. The people at the northern wall accepted me quickly and let me eat good meat. We can't let these formidable warriors die. I agree, Jaguar. Normally both sides of a fight are at fault, but those demonic beasts were twisted by Gorgon. They've lost their ability to reproduce in order to up their combat ability. They're sad creatures that will die out once this is all over. Are they good or are they evil? No say, but I would rather fight for the side that has a future, yes. Alright, let's go. Time for me to show you the power of the jungle. Jaguar. Oh, I thought it was a servant, but it's just you, Quetzalcoatl. Haven't seen you since Mother took the throne. I assume the Three Goddess Alliance fell apart. Yes, Ereshkigal and I have withdrawn from Uruk. I'm helping the humans now. I see. That's unfortunate. You were a wise goddess. Ereshkigal aside, I thought at least you would have understood Mother's grief. You, the goddess that had the civilization she nurtured destroyed by the savage conqueror Cortez. I felt sympathy for you when you said that you would destroy every single human. I thought that you alone would take on the world and become an avatar of slaughter. So where is that goddess? Where? I'm right here. What? Okay, just kidding, yes? That's enough silly faces, yes? Prepare yourself, Kingu. I'm going after Gorgon as soon as I take you out. I'm going to keep marching forward and take the heart of the one who is imitating Tiamat. Consider that my thanks to her. Thanks? And what thanks would that be? Thanks for not trying to kill me. Thanks for helping me find a wonderful master. Yes, I will ignore my pledge as a goddess for my master. Gorgon's head will be mine. You are absurdly strong, Quetzalcoatl. More than that, you're altogether absurd. I couldn't be more disappointed. We don't need a stupid goddess in our new world. I will shred you to pieces along with your precious winged serpents. I mean, hashtag best fight.
It was a pretty good fight in the anime.
It was a really good fucking fight in the anime. I kind of want to watch that. Now, damn it, now I'm going to have to rewatch Babylonia.
I mean, we're gotta watch Camelot, too.
Yeah. Quetzalcoatl's keeping Kingu busy for now. As long as she's still with us, Kingu won't get close. Alright, everything's going according to plan. Quetzalcoatl's good at getting people worked up. That's an adult goddess for you. She's flat out lying and kindling Kingu's anger. I don't know what part of that was a lie. Any ideas, senpai? The part where she wouldn't make faces anymore? It's the part where she said she would ignore her goddess pledge. Quetzalcoatl is far more powerful than Gorgon. Kingu can't stand idly by if Quetzalcoatl says she's going to take out Gorgon even if it kills her. That makes sense. Now that you mention it, that's true. It sounded so obvious, so I didn't notice. At any rate, the plan is proceeding nicely. Let's head to the cedar forest. There's no resting from here. Let's go, everyone. Yeah, I just got my dailies. And also, got a bunch of fragments to exchange before I end stream today. Alright. Oh, assassin again. Alright, we used comma. Go with Gramps. Yeah, I think I'll scroll up and grab a Gramps. It's been a while since I used Gramps. Gramps is great. Gramps is good. We all love Gramps. I would roll on a Gramps banner if it came up.
Over waiting for Ozzy? Did you get?
Possibly. Possibly. Potentially. There is, maybe, an idea. Tacos asked if you're caught up on Andor yet.
Almost. I got the last set of episodes to watch.
Not yet, Tacos. You're gonna have to wait.
Close. I've watched what was like peak Star Wars, but I haven't. But I know the I still have 3 more episodes to come. I just haven't had time for anything lately.
I feel it. I haven't even been on Minecraft in like a week and a half. Part of that though is because playing games where I currently am on my laptop is pretty uncomfortable because I don't have a great place to sit.
How was Repo on the laptop?
Fine. I hosted. Didn't have an issue with it. They're looking at, I think, potentially introducing crossplay soon. Yeah. On the other hand, Helldivers was a bit of a struggle.
On your computer?
Yeah, actually, not because of frame rate or anything, but it was actually the controls. I think I'd do better on Helldivers on a controller, actually. And that's something I wouldn't normally say.
Not better on a shooter and mouse and keyboard? That's a shocker. Then again, I haven't played Helldivers. I don't know how well it goes mouse, keyboard, or controller.
It's more so that there are like everything is split up into so many different buttons, and there's like there's these things where you have to like do like sets of like left, right, up, down, left, like random combinations of like the directional buttons, and it would be so much easier if I could just click a button and then move the controller joystick than having to like use WASD, because it's set to trigger to WASD on the arrows, and it's so annoying. I don't like it. Tyra, Cuckoo, Archetype, or Tiamat?
Who's that question for? What's that in response to?
Yeah, Zerher, what's the before and after of that?
You're just asking our preferences. Mine's Tyra. Even though it's the only one I don't have on either account.
Mine's Tyra out of those 4 too. Tiamat is a close second.
Oh, Zerher is asking.
Oh. Bye-bye. Who died?
You killed Lancer.
Sorry, he was reborn. Into a saber's body.
I think of what's coming up. Is there any advantage to having one of those over the others?
I don't know.
Wow, really?
Always, Navy.
T.H.E. Origins, unfortunately, Seki doesn't really have a setup that works well with double playing yet. She doesn't really have a third battery.
Yeah.
I mean, if she did, I don't think the servants she likes to use are particularly well suited for most of the battery sports. They really only work with Oberon.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Stop, Merlin. I'm picking up signs of divinity from 300 meters ahead. It's the Blood Fort. Send the signal to Quetzalcoatl. Alright, leave it to me. Special Britain spell, Altria. It's time for dinner. Altria! A flare? Senpai, a flare-like thing just went up. Run! Dummy, we still haven't taken cover. That massive thing is going to come down right on top of us. If we're not at least 300 meters away from the impact, we're going to get blown away too. Oh, whoops, my hand just slipped. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
I need Fu to come over here and just... Oh. Hey. I will murder you, Merlin. What's wrong, everyone? For a second, I thought there was lag. You're all so still. Did something happen? Merlin might have just killed us. Oh, I hear the whoomp whoomp. Oi. Suicida?
Remember, she's not supposed to attack Gorgon directly.
Yeah.
Merlin just tricked her into doing it.
Oh. I just heard Quetzalcoatl scream many miles away in Babylon. Yeah, that was... Yeah, it was terrible. I can't help it if my hand slipped. I didn't think my staff would become a beacon that would lead the axe there. My bad, my bad. It looks like the axe didn't hit us, but instead buried itself right in the blood fort. Well then, that worked out perfectly. We can't let Quetzalcoatl's noble sacrifice go to waste. Did she at least take out Kingu? My guy, I feel like using her to take out Kingu was a very important part of the overall plan here. Did you not listen to the 2 different times that Gilgamesh insisted on telling it to us? This is why things have to be repeated 3 times in a classroom fucking setting. This is why Merlin is who your Japanese teacher warned you about. We have things we need to do. Now it's time for the final battle. Foo, 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 foo! Playtime is over, Kingu. The axe of Marduk. You brought that all the way here from Eridu? Still. Something that large isn't going to do you any good. You're supposed to use your trump cards after stopping your opponent, bird brain. That's just uncalled for, yes? I considered pounding your face into the ground to make you think on what you said, but I'll forgive you this once, yes? Things have gone exactly according to plan, yes? The axe was just a mere ticket to get through. I'm just a courier who delivers things to their destination at the appointed time for... Suicida? Oh no, Cuckoo turned into fried chicken. And in Spanish, suicida means suicide. Can you say suicida? Feels like a Dora the Explorer lesson over here. I'm not fried chicken, I'm a bird of fire. Ugh, divine punishment fell from the heavens. Meow, Cuckoo had so much divinity, but now it's dropped by over half. You broke the goddess's pact, but maybe it was okay because you didn't really mean to? Merlin, you'll pay for this! I am totally, and I mean 100% maximum goddess fury mode, going to punish you with the ultimate lucha. Gorgon's divinity is falling. Did the axe destroy the temple? Quetzalcoatl, you still dare to back the humans. Yes, I wasn't planning on going this far, but I guess I did it in the end. But don't worry, Kingu, this is as far as my help goes. I won't lay a finger on Gorgon. Destroying her is a job for the humans. Damn it, that little goddess isn't here. This is terrible. She's the one servant I can't let go. I have to go save her. Save Gorgon. Looks like you get to live a bit longer, Quetzalcoatl. I'll take care of you after I save Merlin. Seems the rest is in Seki's hands, yes. But that was surprising. Kingu was really concerned about Gorgon. I know Kingu is using Gorgon for their own benefit, but maybe they love her in their own way.
If I could defend the random suicida means suicide in Spanish. Remember, this was for a Japanese. That was written for a Japanese audience.
Fair. Oh my god. So many sections.
I realize our California asses take that for granted, though.
We really do. Cece's got me started on Spanish.
For my work, and I have to listen to Spanish interpreters for my call script all the time. One of these days, I'm just going to come to CC and speak the entire script in Spanish fluently, and then know nothing else.
I was on TikTok the other day, and somebody just, they had like a paragraph on screen, and they were like, if you can read this paragraph, you would pass like the level 4 qualifying test for French language in France. It was not hard to read. It was not. I was like, there's no way that's like, there's no fucking way. Like, I'm being tricked here. So this is Gorgon's temple. The walls lined with what looks like cocoons. There's shadows inside. It's better not to look. You really don't want to see. Wait, these shadows are... We're going to kill Gorgon. I'm not one to talk about myself and the other goddesses. Really? But this is going too far. To desire something more productive than humans, to get revenge on them, that defeats the whole point. Let's go, Mash. Ooh. I had to double take at Frostshard's comment. But they're alive. They've changed, but they're all still alive.
Jesus Christ, Frostshard.
Mash, Seki, please hurry. Kingu has left the front line and is heading towards you at high speed. At this rate, you'll have to fight both Gorgon and Kingu, and you won't have a chance then. I'll take you there. I know where Gorgon is. And I'm sorry, Mash. I know it's difficult, but I'm going to ask of you anyway. Now is the time to fight. Please lend me your power to defeat Gorgon. I mean, Nady, if I was to do that, I would probably take my own Satanta, Lancer, and Berserker, but grab a support caster. Yeah. Because my caster's not the strongest, you know? So I'd pick the other three. Yeah. It's like we're in the belly of a beast. She's here. That long tail of hers is wrapping along the cave walls. Oh, Tiamat, mother of the demonic beasts. No, composite deity, Gorgon. Your divinity is all but gone. Give up and show yourself. Well, if it isn't the little insects I let go. You're so loud, humans. Do you run amok knowing that this is Tiamat's bedchamber? You're the one who did all this. Why, Gorgon? You said you'd take revenge on humanity. That you'd be a goddess for the beasts whose land was stolen. We could at least understand, but why do something like this? If you want to fight humans, conquer our land, and build a kingdom, we don't have the right to deny you. But the way you're twisting and mixing things, that saves nothing. What is it that you want revenge on? You want reason? There is none to be found here. Salvation, evening the scales, these are for those that still have something to reclaim. For those with nothing left, there is only destruction. Returning our lands, restoring our kingdom, what could that matter? There is nothing left for us. All we love has slipped through our fingers. All we protected is gone from this land. Even I have burned to ash and vanished. There is nothing left that I want. There is only vengeance, destruction. I will kill everything, trample everything, slay the whole world, and die myself. This is what it means to be an avenger. That is what I want. I will destroy Uruk. I will destroy every single human, for such is the level of hatred you had for me. It seems the girl doesn't know how ugly the world is. She must have lived a happy life. It's true, I grew up in a really good environment. There's no sense in talking to a girl like that. But you, Seki, you understand, right? You're a human, and humans created me, created this avenger. If you find reason within my words, then nod. If you embrace my purpose, then I will keep you as my master. Not a bad deal, is it? When this era disappears, the world of man is forever gone. Or perhaps it already happened? You have been the last human for so very long. You've had no reason to fight for the people of this time. Call it the whim of a goddess. After everything is destroyed, I shall set a single human loose into the barren wastes. Senpai. What? Yes, that's right, Master. There's nothing in Gorgon's words I can agree with. You were created by humans, and even if you have the right to seek revenge, I refuse to accept you. That twisted form of yours is a reflection of your own heart. You can't even come up with a comeback. She's got you there, Gorgon. You're just a fake who became a goddess with the Grail's power. You've got no right to call yourself Tiamat. You dare call me a fake Tiamat. You, a girl who can't even materialize without a human vessel. I've got every right. Even with Potnia Theron, you're no match to Tiamat. First of all, Mother didn't need other creatures to create demonic beasts anyways. She could make a world on her own. She'd never do something as half-assed as use the people she wanted revenge on to get her revenge. Ishtar's right. Gorgon, you're not Tiamat. You're just a monster who has lost sight of who she truly is. Why you... What is this? Why do I feel so cold? My whole body is shaking. I can't maintain the composite divinity. My mind is going. My reason is coming back. What's going on? Kingu! Kingu, where are you? What is that servant? I've never seen such an ugly servant. Take her away. Get her out of my sight. Someone, anyone, kill her. Get that monster out of this temple. I knew it. You can't see me, can you, Gorgon? If only you'd tried at least a little, there may still have been some chance of saving you. Yes, I've always told myself that I should not live. It's wrong for me to be here. It's wrong for me to smile. But all of that was wrong. I wanted to live. I wanted to be here. I wanted to smile. She was the result of that, as was I. Thank you for helping me see that, Seki. I see. Are you ready, Anna? It will unleash the divinity you've held back this whole time. Yes, I will allow it, Merlin. I fell for your trick. Now show me the answer. Seki, Mash, lend me your strength. I'll use my mystic eyes to offset hers. I do not know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. I don't know you. Die. Die, monster. Don't show that ugly face of yours to me. Did you see Frostshard's comment? God damn, girl!
Yes, actually, Frostshard, I did. I thought that was really funny. Basically, UBWA, UBW abridged. They aren't affiliated with the FGO or Type Moon or Ufotable at all. But they became so popular in the community, the FGO and a localization team has referenced them in the game itself. And more recently, they were approached to do a sponsorship for another game called Mahjong Soul, which is doing a Heaven's Feel collab right now. And they were specifically brought in to do an ad for the Heaven's Feel collab. So you just have the UBW abridged actors doing voices for the characters for the collab and the ad. It's surreal. Big snack lady.
Big snack.
Okay, guys, always touch the notebook.
We love Danger Noodles. Morgan was really a good choice for this fight.
Morgan's a really good choice in general. She's a really good AoE boss fighting servant, which is a weird.
Yeah, says the person. I have just gotten to drop her NP 3 times in a row. I've dropped it every round
That's just
of this
because
fight.
Morgan charges the enemy servants like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, this is
It's
great.
amazing when you have like when I first played it, Gorgon was the easiest fights because I would just bring Merlin, who has his NP that just charges your NP passively.
Yeah.
So I would just get NPs every round for my Earth.
Yep.
Hey, look, you won.
Yeah. Well, hang on. I've got a third NP to drop on her. Overkill. Again.
You also did a lot of damage there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
That was a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, Jens, I'm right there with you. Archer and Ku, I'm right there with you. At least Archer and Ku. When I hear their voices when I read their voices in FGO, I read them in the FG or in the UBW abridged voices, which is just wrong.
Not yet. It won't end yet. I won't let it end yet. I will have my revenge. All of you who abandoned me, I'll scatter your blood and remains across the lands. Gorgon isn't going down. She lost most of her divinity, but still. No way. She's still immortal? Her wounds have already healed up. Of course, you can never defeat me that way. I am Tiamat, the primordial goddess. I am Tiamat. I am Tiamat. Or, I should be. I can hear the voice of a sobbing mother. That's why I'm taking revenge in her place. The collapse is continuing. At this rate, we'll all be crushed. No, you're just a monster, Gorgon. The monster of the Shapeless Isle. Gorgon, the hero slayer. Your fury will remain on the island. Anna, no, come back. Curse you. No, stay away. Don't look at me. Don't. Yes, let's disappear together, Gorgon. This is the reason I was brought to this land. Anna! Okay, alright. Last bit.
You have made it, Sunpraiser. Just barely, though, I think.
Yeah, this is the last thing we're gonna fight right now. Just finish this section.
Buntoria.
The throne has completely collapsed. Gorgon and Anna are gone. I've lost the spirit origin reading for both of them. Anna's weapon is a scythe that causes wounds that never heal, a noble phantasm that kills immortals. Her last strike stripped Gorgon of her immortality. This is for Anna. A flower offering. It's sad, but I think she deserves it. Yes, I know it would have looked very good on her. But how come I'm not getting a reading on the Grail? Gorgon should have possessed the Mage King's Holy Grail. It's true that Gorgon used the Grail's power to regain the divinity she once had. She had the blessings of the Grail, but she didn't have the Grail itself. Which means there's only one explanation. The Mage King's Grail is... Enemy incoming. It's coming fast. This spirit origin pattern is... Kingu! Mother, are you alright, I see. So I didn't make it in time. I wasn't with her, so the Grail couldn't protect her. If that little goddess isn't here, does it mean she sacrificed herself to slay her? Sheesh. So even goddesses were just part of the old world, huh? I guess they lacked the beauty to survive in the new world. Oh, what do you mean by beauty, Kingu? External beauty or beauty found within? Shut your mouth, Merlin. I am well and truly furious right now. I've never felt something so strongly. I've exterminated humans, but only as duty required. But now, it's not duty that moves me. This is... I feel such a powerful hatred for you. I've never killed a human out of anger before. This will be a first for me. If you want to fight, fine. You really are different from Enkidu. Enkidu insisted on being a weapon until the end, never once killing out of any emotion. This mother of yours must have meant a lot to you, huh? I am Kingu. It is only natural for me to love Tiamat, and she too loved her creator. So this is all out of pity, sympathy, I think you call it. Kingu's ready to fight. Master, be careful. With Gorgon gone, her children will self-destruct. They were created by Gorgon's powers. The weaker ones won't be able to maintain their bodies. The battle is over. The demonic front has ended with your victory, but you'll find no joy in victory, virtuous ones who crushed a terrible avenger. Are you satisfied having saved so many of your comrades? Then you will pay the price for that by dying here. Kingu's spirit origin is changing, and Kidu types can do that? Seki, be careful. Kingu's not a lancer anymore. The reading. For this one moment, I shall fight as an avenger. It's the least I can do for her.
Oh, Buntori was the wrong pick.
I was just thinking that. Well, the good news is I can just die and then redo it. I don't even...
So you're basically selecting someone to not have their cards appear at all when you reshuffle.
I don't know if I want that, though.
My recommendation, if you want to get a lot of damage, you could focus on Ku. Just... Nope. Oh yeah, you're good. You would reshuffle so that Ku's card, so that you would get rid of, say, Buntori's cards.
I'm not stupid. I wasn't gonna put her on fucking Bunny Toria. didn't even get that many coup cards out of it.
No, you didn't. That's the problem with Babylonia.
Yeah.
I much prefer later cards, shuffle tournaments that are going to get released next year.
Hey. Fuck off kicking off my evade. You bitch. Try to avoid that NP being dropped this turn.
That's fair.
I don't know how much that'll help in the long run, but it buys me one more turn of damage. Yeah.
Your Calter will survive at least.
I don't think he will.
Because it doesn't it?
I might not have activated it. I might have forgotten to. Oh,
You have a CE that's all.
but he's stunned. And his defense is down.
So that's just...
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Hi, Buntoria.
Look at that useless. Well. Actually. If I can keep him alive long enough for him not to go immobile, or for him to get off stun, I can drop another NP. Even if it's not the most powerful. And drop that immediately afterwards. Every little fucking bit. Could have used one more charge from her, but you know. Is it worth it to drop that Arts crit? Or just
I would try to put a Buster at the back. You have two Busters, right?
Yeah.
Put the highest crit chance at the back of Buster.
Like, meant to flip that around. Forgot once I clicked the third one, it would just... Hey look, I survived!
Yep. Falter is a really great DPS in a pinch.
The observation got cut off. Sheba is turning black and the light is not coming back. Seki, what's going on over there? Gorgon is dead. The threat to that era is no more. So why does the seventh singularity still exist? I guess this is it. I got a little too heated. How unacceptable. To think things would come to an end a day earlier than expected. She might have gone too far, but she did a fine job for us. So I wanted her to live just a bit longer before Mother's awakening. Sheba, 02, 06, 09, all damaged. This shaking isn't localized. It's a space-time quake. We speculate the spatial rifts are occurring all over Mesopotamia. What's going on? Ooh. Merlin? I see. We all fell for it. It seems you have won the battle of wits. That's right, you tricky incubus. You put Mother in a cage of dreams to postpone her awakening. But when she fell asleep, she gave me the grail and made me her first son, which meant that I had only one job, find a way for her to awaken. It was simple enough. If she wouldn't wake up while alive, all I had to do was kill her. Gorgon didn't have Tiamat's authority because she was a copy. She was synchronized. She shared her senses with the real Tiamat to gain Potnia Theron. That's right, and now Gorgon is dead. Gorgon's death reverberated back to the synchronized Tiamat and awakened her from her slumber. As a result, you revealed yourself within her dreams, and she crushed you, brutally. Now then, I no longer need the three goddesses to buy us time. Behold our tree mother. Take a good look at the original sin of humanity. What is that? The sea is turning black. It's endless. It's black all the way to the ends of the world. Is this the apocalypse the king spoke of? Send a messenger to Uruk now. Tell them the port and sea are covered with black mud. Other changes include... What's wrong? Rooftop, what did you see? What's that sound? What are those things? Ugh. They're not demonic beasts nor Sumerian monsters. Those things don't even exist in our world. They're eating people. They're ignoring the buildings and crops. They're only after the people? No, that's not right. The people are being remade. What is that? Is that even possible? What I'm seeing is... It's so... I'd rather die or get eaten. Detecting a large number of unknown magical energy signatures in the Persian Gulf. Each one is stronger than an Ugalus. Their total numbers are over 100 million and still growing. There's nothing Chaldea or humanity can do to stop something like this. It's like a flock of passenger pigeons covering the sky. Ironically, humans drove those to extinction. That's right, no one can stop her now, not even the gods or the king of mages. But don't worry, you will be destroyed, but humanity will live on. The ones who will soon cover the earth are the next generation. Perfect humans that she designed. The old humanity will disappear here, now. This planet is ours. It's goodbye for real this time. You can meet your end quietly in a land covered by these new beings. Lahmu, the last divinity birthed by Tiamat. You're really back, aren't you, Mother? Kingu has left the cave, but Dr. Merlin is... I screwed this up. Instead of trying to create some breathing room, I ended up hurrying things along. Return to Uruk, quickly. It's awakened, but it hasn't started moving yet. We can't avoid being wiped out, but there's still things we can do. Go tell King Gilgamesh this. Tell him that one of the beasts of the counterforce, one that devours humanity, one that can only be beaten by the 7 grands, has roused from her slumber. The Sea of Life, the primordial mother, one of the 7 evils of humanity, and one of the beasts of the original sin, is awake.
To be continued.
Thank God. Alright. Let's head back to terminal. Alright. That is it for us today. I will see you next week. Probably Monday morning for an FGO stream. Back in my normal streaming space.
So not going to do the Saturday?
You might see me Saturday. But then I'll still keep up Monday after.
Okay.
Yeah, ideally. You might see me running a long stream Saturday to try to finish just all of Babylonia.
Well, that's the weird thing is, right after Babylonia is the finale, which will probably be another long stream if you want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Solomon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll see if I can find time to do a long stream for that. I'll announce it by like Thursday or Friday. if anything. If
I
I'm
would
gonna
like
have
to
a
join
stream.
you at least for Solomon. I feel like Solomon's the one I should join you on.
We'll see. It'll depend when I do it. I don't know if I'll stream Monday morning or not. It depends on our other plans for the day. But yeah. So, toodles everybody.
I could join you Monday morning, couldn't I?
Jens, you say that? I don't mean like a 3-hour stream. I mean like a long stream.
It just dawned on me that Monday is a 3-day weekend.
Yes, it is.
I'm stupid.
I was wondering.
I'm dumb.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next time.